It's time for Wolverine football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Wolverine football is also brought to you by the Triangle Bar and Grill, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, the law offices of Owen Seaman, LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, Fox's Pizza Den in Turtle Creek, Bush Brothers Car Care, LG3 Entertainment, Web Landings, and A-Boss Opticians. Now it's time for the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show.
Hello and welcome. We are way up high here at Chartiers Valley High School Stadium for tonight's contest of WPIAL 5A Allegheny 8 Conference action. It's two teams vying for their first victory of the season as the Woodland Hills Wolverines visit the Chartiers Valley Colts here in Bridgeville, Pennsylvania. Hello and welcome everyone. Vince Russo and next to Eric Schuley. We are live here tonight on the Woodland Hills Football Network. Excited to bring tonight's conference action to you. And Eric, two teams come in here winless. One's got to get that first dub, and what better time to do it than the end of the season?
Yeah, both those teams certainly want to get the conference win. It's still pretty meaningful. You got a lot of seniors out there on both sides playing their last high school football game ever. So, there'll be some excitement behind that, and both teams, again, want to get that win in a very, very tough conference.
Tonight was senior night for the Colts. We'll see if that rallies the troops on their side. The Wolverines come in after a defeat against the Moon Tigers. And so we'll see if they can pick up where they left off. They had a two-game winning streak before that setback. We'll step aside for just a second, but when we come back, we'll have more pregame action and the kickoff between the Colts and the Wolverines here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, all presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com.
Thanks for tuning in to the pregame show on the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Woodland Hills football is presented by State Senator Jay Costa. Wolverine football is also brought to you by the Triangle Bar and Grill, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, the law offices of Owen Seaman, LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, Fox's Pizza Den in Turtle Creek, Bush Brothers Car Care, LG3 Entertainment, Web Landings, and A-Boss Opticians. Now it's time for kickoff.
Welcome again, one and all. We are live here at Chartiers Valley High School Stadium, just about ready for kickoff between the Woodland Hills Wolverines and the Chartiers Valley Colts here in Bridgeville, Pennsylvania. The Colts in the white uniform, or the blue uniforms, blue helmets and white pants. The Wolverines with the turquoise helmets, white uniforms and black pants, and this one will start with a short squib kick to the right side, and we are underway here. That one taken at about the 38-yard line and returned up towards the 45. And so the Colts will have great field position to start with as they trot that offense out onto the field. They're led by senior quarterback Griffin Beatty, who leads the Colts with 119 carries, 705 yards, averaging 6 yards a carry. Passing, he's 41 for 85, 384 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. Welcome, everyone, to another presentation, our last presentation of the season for the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. For Eric Schuley, I'm Vince Russo here. A cool but pleasant evening here in Western Pennsylvania as these two teams search for their first conference victory of the season. And out of the gun, Beatty will take the snap. He'll start off moving forward. He'll gain about 4 or 5 yards. A nice gain on first down as he gets forward to the 48-yard line. So officially a gain of 5 on the first play from scrimmage.
And Wolverines defense tends to do a bit better with the running game against the running games so far this year. They've struggled in the secondary a bit, but been able to put together some nice interceptions on the year through the air. So we'll see if the defense can hold up on the ground game and through the air.
Both teams enter in at 2-7 on the season And again, it's a Wildcat snap. The ball carrier falls. So that was Andre Thomas taking the carry. Thomas, one of the major weapons here. Chartiers Valley likes to throw the ball around and get it into different playmakers' hands. Not much different than what the Wolverines do. You see a lot of different players checking in and out on offense. So now it will be 3rd down and 6. 3 receivers set. 1 sidecar running back out of the gun. It's Beatty. He'll take it. Fakes the shovel pass. Goes across the middle. Had the receiver wide open. And that one is dropped in and out of the hands of Anthony Kalura.
Yeah, that was right there, Vince. And may have been a little behind him. Hard to tell. Maybe take a look at the replay, and almost into the hands of, I think it was Eshawn Carter there for the Wolverines. But unless the Wolverines get the stop after the nice first down play and shut the door, they will get the ball back here after the punt.
So Armani Bailey back with his toes at about the 21-yard line. So the punt is away. That from Beatty. Quarterback also filling in as the punter. This one will go out just past the 20-yard line. And they'll mark it out officially. Now he keeps walking. This one went out further forward than we thought. It's at the 29-yard line, so a fortuitous angle there for the Wolverines, and they'll take over on offense for the first time tonight.
See what the Wolverines offense can do here, led by sophomore quarterback Deonte Williams. Had a very great showing since he has taken over the starting job for the Wolverines, as has, of course, the talented running back William Clark. His final game as a Wolverine, so you know he's going to want to show up tonight as he has all year.
He's just 22 yards away from eclipsing 1,000 yards for the first time. On 151 carries, he averages 6.5 per. And he will get the ball here on first down. Sidesteps the first tackler, and he's off to the races down the left side, but a flag is out. It's been a huge part of this Wolverines offense in a negative way. A lot of holding calls, and with where that one was thrown, would not be surprised to see this one come back once again, as we see a couple Colts motioning that will be the case.
That's certainly not how you want to start if you're Woodland Hills. A very nice run by William Clark off the left side. First down and more, but unfortunately on the first play, holding thrown by the refs, so going to have to watch out for that tonight. Hopefully the Wolverines can be disciplined and knock those penalties off.
So when all is said and done, it still counts as a gain of yardage. The ball will be placed at about the 32-yard line, so it's a gain of 4, but it's still first down. So all things considered, still a positive play, and they get first down once again. 1st and 6. Again, it's Clark. He finds no running room up the middle this time. He may have gotten a yard, but that's about it. And again, Clark looking to go past the 1,000-yard mark. He's 5 more forward towards that, needs 17 more to go. He's averaging about 6.5 yards per carry, has 7 touchdowns on the season, 4 two-point conversions. Talk about Deonte Williams at quarterback, 24 for 52, 307 yards passing, 5 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, and another 126 yards on the ground with 4 scores there. Now 2nd and 6, though. Give it to Clark once again. He finds a little more room here, gets up towards the sticks, is able to bounce off a few would-be tacklers and moves his way to the 40-yard line, and so that will move the sticks. They'll get a fresh set of downs to work with.
You know, when you see Clark turning those legs like that, it's hard to take him down when you think you have him. Usually he's able to squirt for a few extra with all his strength and power in the running game, and he indeed does that there and gets a big first down for Woodland Hills up to the 40.
Clark just 5'10", 187 pounds, but does play a lot bigger. Indeed, able to break a lot of tackles as we just saw there. First down and 10 at their own 40-yard line. They'll go to the air this time. With time is Deonte Williams. He's able to spin away from the first would-be tackler, but bringing him down way back in the backfield is Antonio Zambrano. The 5'7" linebacker was able to get under the line and got his way towards the quarterback.
Yeah, we haven't seen that much this year. Deonte Williams getting sacked. He's usually able to at least get out of the pocket and get a few yards there, get closer to the line of scrimmage, but there just took a little bit too much time, but he was rushed pretty quickly, so he did not have much time even to get rid of that ball, and the coverage looked pretty good from Chartiers Valley, so Woodland Hills has to put something together here to get out of this hole.
And again, a situation we've seen many times for the Wolverines this season. 2nd and long. It'll be 2nd and 24 officially. They'll try and run this one to the left side, and the Colts are able to bottle that one up in the backfield. And so it'll be 3rd and a mile coming up for the Wolverines here. See what they come up with. Coach Tim Bostard on the field getting the play to the quarterback, Deonte Williams. Williams makes his way over to the huddle. Still 24 seconds on the play clock.
Yeah, imagine you might see something like a screen pass here or something. Get William Clark out in space with some blockers in front of him. Maybe suck in the defensive line, some linebackers. We'll see what the Wolverines look to do.
They will go to the air here. Deonte Williams takes a shot, had to get rid of this one quickly as there was pressure coming in quick, and so this one sails over the intended receiver, Tariq Scipio. And so the punt team will come out. Deonte Williams will stay on, as it appears both teams use the quarterback as the punter as well. Williams has done a fine job in the punting game. We'll see what he's able to do here. The return man back is Caleb Nelson. He stands at about his own 40-yard line. Williams bobbles the snaps, able to get rid of this one. A long hanging punt. It'll take a fortuitous bounce for the Wolverines. And so they're able to flip the field. It'll be down at about the 33-yard line. And so we'll step aside very quickly when we return. You're tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network here. It's presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact...
A big thanks to State Senator Jay Costa. We come back to the action, though, here on first down. They fake the toss, and again, it's the quarterback, Beatty. He takes a couple shots there en route to a small gain. He gets 1 yard after taking multiple shots there, and so it'll be 2nd and long upcoming for the Colts.
It looked like he may have sucked in a few Wolverines there, but there were too many, and able to take him down quickly for only about a gain of 1 there.
Good pursuit by the Wolverines. This Colts team coming off a lopsided loss to Upper St. Clair, 51-18. They look for their first conference win. They'll go to the air here. Over the top, they've got a man open. Going down the field with lots of running room with very few men to beat. He's pushed out of bounds, and that was Andre Thomas. We'll see where the referee stops. He's down inside the 10-yard line. And wow, a very fortunate spot. They're going to mark him down all the way to the 5-yard line. Not sure if we'll get a replay, but it appeared he might have stepped out a good bit before that. It'll be interesting to see. Let's take a look.
Yeah, it looked like Thomas ran a little wheel route there, and Taiwan Milton, the talented linebacker, was covering him, but it's tough for a linebacker to get over and cover a wheel route on a running back like that, and Chartiers Valley takes advantage of it.
And he stepped out at about the 10-yard line, so a fortuitous spot there. The ball carrier now, Thomas, once again, he tries to work his way towards the goal line. He stopped at about the 3-yard line after a short gain of 2 yards on 1st and goal. Big credit there to Jeffrey Williams, able to chase down the ball carrier Thomas before he reached the goal line, was able to push him out of bounds. And so now we have 2nd down and goal. The ball officially spotted at the 2-yard line as the Colts are on the doorstep here looking to break this one open early. This Wolverines defense has been tough against the run. We'll see if they go to the air here. They'll hand it off to Thomas, and it appears Thomas is in the end zone. The officials signal a touchdown, and so Thomas puts the Colts on the board first. It's 6-0 here with 6 minutes and 15 seconds left in our opening frame. They'll try and tack one more on with the PAT.
Yeah, just nice execution there by Chartiers Valley on that drive. Again, it was the big play was that nice pass down the sideline to Thomas, and a great throw to connect for the Colts. First touchdown on the run by Thomas.
So Thomas goes in from 2 yards out. Now the PAT. And it's Radzanowski. That's a mouthful, and he's able to get that one up through the uprights, and so it's 7-0. We'll step aside quickly and return on the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network, all presented by State Senator Jay Costa. It's 7-0. We'll be right back.
The Triangle Bar and Grill in Swissvale has recently been named among the 33 best sandwich shops in America. But folks in the Woodland Hills communities have known that for over 80 years. The Triangle, located on Monongahela Avenue, is the home of the Battleship, the sandwich that made Swissvale famous. Plus, the Triangle has a full menu of specialty sandwiches you're sure to love. Call the Triangle at 412-271-9885 to place your order now.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
67 yards in 4 plays.
We are back here on the Woodland Hills Football Network. Andre Thomas finds the end zone for the 6th time this season. PAT up and good afterwards, so with 6:15 left here in the first quarter, we take another look at the score, and it is 7-0. Wolverines will get the ball back for the second time. Radnowski gives this one a ride. It'll be taken inside the 20-yard line, and that will be Bailey. Bailey has a seam, though. He's up over the 40, up towards midfield. Has one man to beat. He's able to get aside from the kicker, but he's dragged down from behind. A beautiful return, and he almost went the distance, but Antonio Zambrano was able to chase him down. Nonetheless, beautiful field position to start with here for the Wolverines. They'll have the ball at opponent territory for the first time tonight.
We saw how dangerous the Wolverines can be in the return game last week with that great touchdown kickoff return by William Clark there. Armani Bailey, a talented junior for the Wolverines, almost takes it to the house, but a great return sets the Wolverines up very nicely at the Chartiers Valley 40-yard line.
Bailey with almost 300 yards of total offense, but still no touchdowns on the season, but he sets the offense up. William Clark able to trudge his way forward, dragging defenders. And now he is down to about the 32-yard line, so it'll bring up a second and short situation for this offense.
Great run by Clark, really opens things up now. Is kind of in no man's land, so you have multiple opportunities to get this yardage. So we'll see if Wolverines want to gamble a little bit here and get experimental on second down, or if they just keep it on the ground.
Clark just a few more yards away from 1,000 on the season. We'll see if they go to him again here. They have a motion man, but they'll keep it with Clark. He's able to evade a few and move his way forward for the first down. And so the ball now will be spotted at around the 28-yard line. That's a gain of 5. It'll move the chains. And if my math adds up, William Clark should be right at, if not just over, 1,000 yards on the season. Hopefully he'll have many more tonight, as the Wolverines looking to send him and the rest of the seniors off with a conference victory and a little momentum heading into next season. Once again, a motion man in the backfield. This time they fake the option. Deonte Williams takes it forward. A marginal gain of about 3 yards there. A smart decision to hang on to it. And so the Wolverines now down to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, definitely something that the Wolverines can utilize there. An option-type play. Deonte Williams so dangerous when he has the ball in his hands, but got multiple Wolverines that he can pitch it to that can also be just as dangerous, especially with blockers in front of them. So we'll keep an eye on that tonight. See how much the Wolverines look to use that.
So officially a 4-yard gain. They'll mark it down to the 24. So again, second and manageable for the Wolverines. This time they'll go with the jet sweep. They get a block on the outside, but that one's going nowhere fast. And that's Omari Daniels, who's dragged down in the backfield. And so it'll be third and medium here upcoming with the ball back to about the 26-yard line, make it a loss of 2.
Yeah, senior Sean Bannis there for Chartiers Valley had a good read on that one, able to get through and take down Omari Daniels. Pretty fast for Chartiers Valley. Now the Wolverines set back in a tough third down here.
3rd down and 8. Ball placed now on the right hash. 4 receivers set. They'll send Bailey in motion. They'll fake the handoff to him and now give it to Clark. Clark able to drag a defender down inside the 10-yard line. Found a crease. Good blocking on the play. No penalty. And they are inside the 10-yard line. It'll be a goal-to-go situation as Clark leaves very little doubt about it. Again, over 1,000 yards on the season. Congratulations to the senior. who has done nothing but make big plays all season.
Yeah, extremely well earned by William Clark since he's been running the ball for Woodland Hills, dating back to when he had some big carries last year. Shared them with Anthony Meredith, did a wonderful job. Just congratulations to William. Deserves it extremely, and a great run there to set the Wolverines up inside the 10.
They'll give it to him again. He's tripped up, though, before he can get moving, so it'll be no gain on the play. The ball will remain spotted at the 8-yard line, and so it'll be 2nd down and goal, with the Wolverines threatening to try and at least get within 1 here. Gained all these yards on the ground thus far. Here they'll have 3 receivers. They'll hand it off once again to Clark, though, and he's able to find his way up inside the 5. He's down to about the 2-yard line. So we'll see what they do here. 3rd down and goal. Ball at the 2-yard line. See if they try and go up the gut or get one of their playmakers in space with speed. Certainly a lot of speed on this offense for the Wolverines.
That was not a big hole there, but William Clark used his vision so well there, Vince, to be able to slip through that little hole that was available and get the ball down nice and close to the goal line at the 2-yard line.
So as we approach 2 minutes left in the first quarter, the Wolverines on the doorstep. They'll hand it to Clark once again. He moves forward towards the end zone, and he's in. A 2-yard score for both teams thus far. For the Wolverines, it's William Clark breaking the plane. And the Wolverines will likely go for 2 as they have for most of this season with troubles in the kicking game. So it'll give them the opportunity to take the lead.
Yeah, it's another tough run by William Clark. A nice job by that offensive line led by senior Jeremy Thomas and senior Thomas Sheard. Setting the way also with center Keyshawn Frazier and Savon Gibner and Damon Taylor.
So they'll line up for the 2-point conversion with 4 receivers, and they'll go with a fade to the back of the end zone looking for Josh Rawlings, and the tight end comes down with the pass. When you got that 6'6" frame, you can make things like that happen. Well-designed play there. Take another look, though. There's the touchdown, and so the Wolverines are up 8-7. We'll be right back on the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network, all presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Life has its ups and downs. There are times when you or a loved one needs help. That's why you should know the name LGAR, Health and Rehabilitation Center. Located just minutes from the Monroeville Mall, the LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center has been known by locals for many years, and they excel in reputation, rehabilitation, recuperation, and residential living. The help and answers you need are just a phone call away at 412-825-9000. Also on the web at lgar.org. LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, a name you should know and a name you can trust.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Welcome back. We have a 1-point game here with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. And again, they'll go with an onside kick, and it looks like the Wolverines got the ball back. No flags on the field. It looked like the ball barely went that 10 yards, but it absolutely did. So you take another look. They set it up perfectly. They kicked the other one short. This one, they went just a little bit shorter. Wolverines, I think, caught the Colts off guard there.
Yeah, it looked like number 7, Abe Abraham, did not come up to make that play, and Woodland Hills able to get the onside kick attempt. Very nice job, and now they have the ball inside Chartiers Valley territory.
And that offense, which cut through the Colts defense like a hot knife through butter, they'll keep it on the ground here. That's Williams. He goes forward for what looks like a gain of 3. Take another look.
Yeah, in an age when you don't see too many onside kicks be successful at any level. Not sure if that was Omari Daniels or not, but just a great job by Woodland Hills. I think it was Omari Daniels. And yes, it was 21, so the great job by Woodland Hills. Get the ball, and nice first down, little chunky yardage there by Deonte Williams.
These uniforms, kind of hard to tell those 1s, the 7s, the 6s and 5s, but that was Daniels. He comes up with it, and so now it is 2nd and 7. So Wolverines have the ball on the right side of the field. They'll go with a screen pass for the first time tonight. It's Daniels. Daniels able to get up the field. He cuts back, is able to get away from a few. He's still on his feet and finally is dragged down at the 35-yard line. They'll give him about a yard of forward progress, but that's a first down for the Wolverines and a nice completion there.
Yeah, and a good pass from Deonte Williams. Did not force it. Made a nice pass over to Armani Bailey, and he just, again, using his strength to break tackles and get a nice first down for Woodland Hills. And I think that definitely has to go as a pass. I think it was a forward pass, so nice completion there. And Josh Rawlings split out wide to the left. We'll see if Woodland Hills can take advantage of that, as they're going to have a big height advantage over there.
They'll send Bailey in motion once again. They'll fake the handoff to him. They'll give it to Clark. But the nice read there is the linebacker, Sean Bannis, the 243-pound senior who's made some significant plays on the offensive side of the ball as a tight end. Able to blow that one up on the defensive side of the ball, and so now it'll be 2nd and 12 after the 2-yard loss.
Yeah, Bannis is a big leader on this team for the Colts, and as I was saying before, number 12, Caleb Nelson, was against Josh Rawlings there, and he did not want to be covering the 6'6" Josh Rawlings, but luckily he lucked out, and Woodland Hills opted to keep it on the ground. And last play of the first quarter coming up.
Clock will hit zeros at the end of this one. They go over the middle. It's Rawlings. He comes up with a big reception, and he's tripped up as he crosses into the red zone, and he's down to near the 10-yard line. They'll spot him out at the 11. And so once again, the Wolverines are driving. They lead at the end of the first quarter. 8-7 is our score. We'll step aside for just a moment and return as you're tuned into the Wolverines and Colts on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Bush Brothers Car Care Center in Swissvale has been a Monongahela Avenue institution for 4 decades. Bush Brothers is a full-service mechanic and tire shop for all types of vehicles. Whether you need mechanical work, an alignment, state inspection and emissions testing, new tires, or just an oil change, Bush Brothers is the place for you. Bush Brothers Car Care Center, Monongahela Avenue in Swissvale, or give Martin and Jason a call at 412-351-5342.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
We are back for our second quarter of action here, live from Chartiers Valley High School Stadium. Wolverines driving once again after recovering an onside kick. Don't see many of those from a team leading in the first quarter, but a great play call there. They catch the Colts sleeping, and so they have the ball with a first down and 10 at the 11-yard line after a long completion to the D1 Virginia Cavaliers commit, Josh Rawlings.
Yeah, I'd love to see something like that in a game like this, Vince. You got nothing to lose, last game of the season, looking for your first conference win, and I'd love to see him going to Josh Rawlings.
And you look at that there, you don't get much luckier than having a 60-degree night at the end of October in Week 9 here in Western Pennsylvania. A beautiful night for football. The Wolverines looking to add on to an early 1-point lead. They'll hand the ball off here. It's Clark once again. He's able to move forward for a minimal gain. Looks like he'll get about 3 on the play down to the 8-yard line. The Wolverines can pick up a first down here without getting into the end zone, but they'd have to get the ball inside the 1-yard line.
Yeah, not a bad play on first down for Woodland Hills. Got a couple yards from William Clark. Now, see, after knowing that you have such a threat with Josh Rawlings there, maybe they want to go back to him in his final game as a Wolverine, or see if they want to keep it on the ground over the next few plays.
Rawlings is a blocker here, and he paves the way along with that offensive line, and it's Clark into the end zone once again. His second rushing touchdown of the night. That one a 7-yard score, and the Wolverines go up by 7.
Great run by William Clark there, does the job for Woody High. Led by some great blocking up front from the Woodland Hills Wolverines offensive linemen. Again, some seniors playing their last game. Jeremy Thomas and Thomas Sheard have done so much for this offensive line and defensive line over the years. So good to see them making the avenues and open pathways for William Clark.
They'll go for 2 once again. Back to pass is Williams. He goes across the middle, and in comes the flag. It'll be defensive pass interference, and so they'll mark this one half the distance to the goal. It'll be at the 1.5-yard line, and they'll try this one again.
It definitely looked like some contact there. We'll see on the replay. Looked like he was pretty much all over his back there. Maybe had some jersey. Yeah, it was probably going to be tough for him to get away with that one, as Tariq Scipio certainly wanted the flag thrown, and he got it.
Caleb Nelson, the guilty party there, as Scipio unable to make the adjustment due to the contact. So half the distance to the goal. They'll try it once again.
Holding against Chartiers Valley marches it down to the 1 yard.
So Wolverines trying to make this a 2-score game here early.
2-point attempt.
They have Clark to the left. Williams will hand it off to him, and he'll have an easy avenue into the end zone. And so he adds on 2 more, 8 total points by Clark there. He's got 14 to the 16, and it's a 16-7 lead for the Wolverines. We'll step aside. We'll be right back on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Fox's Pizza Den in Turtle Creek is the official pizza of the Wolverina and has been a family tradition since 1971. Fox's Pizza also features tasty appetizers, fresh salads, as well as mouth-watering hoagies and sandwiches. Fox's Pizza in Turtle Creek is conveniently located in Penn Plaza, so stop in to pick up lunch or dinner or call to place your delivery order now at 412-823-9960. From our den to your den, it's Fox's Pizza Den in Turtle Creek.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Welcome back. 11:23 left in our second quarter of play. See if the Wolverines go with another onside kick here. They converted one to perfection on the way to another touchdown drive, another run by William Clark. He has a 2-yard score and a 7-yard score. They'll kick this one to around the 40-yard line, and moving it forward towards midfield is the up man Socrates Boulis. And so the 6'1", 162-pound senior gets the ball there, sets up Chartiers Valley with good field position. They'll start at their own 47.
Yeah, nice hit there to end it by Idris Goodlock, another senior who's done so much at his linebacker position for Woodland Hills, played a lot last year, and he's been out there all season this year. Very, very tough Wolverine at middle linebacker.
Beatty in the gun, the senior fakes the pitch there. He'll take this one forward, and he's able to get about 4 yards, closer to 6 yards actually, on first down. Sets up a second and manageable. He leads the team with about 700 yards on the ground, and is able to get 6 more there.
Yeah, nice run by Beatty there. Nice, again, utilizing that fake very well. He's good with that deception, and that helped draw some Wolverines in and enabled him to get a couple extra yards there and sets him up for a very second and manageable.
It'll officially be 2nd and 4, 47-yard line. This time he'll keep it once again. The nice fake there. Looked as if he had given the ball to Andre Thomas, but it keeps it and picks up a first down as he's down to about the 41-yard line. So 2 quick 6-yard gains, and all of a sudden the Colts are putting themselves in good field position. Take another look there.
And hopefully the Wolverines can stop this bleeding quickly, because if they can get into a rhythm, it'll be tough to stop. But defense has done it all season long, the bend and not break approach.
Certainly a lot of playmakers for this Colts offense. They'll hand it off to the running back there, and the ball carrier gets only about a yard. And so on the carry there, take a look. They had the man in motion, but give it to the tailback. Looks as if that is Antonio Zambrano, who's made a couple special teams plays tonight. It's Zambrano with a short gain there, just a yard. So 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line.
This tackle there by Mike Jones, and Taylor Brooks finishing up the play for the Wolverines on defense.
Another fake pitch there, and another run around the end by the quarterback, and Beatty able to slide down. He's down towards that first down marker at the 30. And they're going to give him another favorable spot down to the 29-yard line, so the chains will move once again.
Yeah, again, just a great decision not to pitch that ball. I think that would have been a lot of trouble for Chartiers Valley, but ends up being a big first down as he's able to make the right decision and not pitching it, and then get great yardage on the right, off the right side after being taken down by Jeffrey Williams.
29 yards from pay dirt, another fake pitch, and again, simple play calling. Beatty able to spin away from the first tackler there, and he's wrapped up right around that 25-yard line, so a gain of 4 on first down. Both of these teams doing a good job on the ground. Couple substitutions for the offense, and they'll get ready for second and manageable here. Take another look. Seems like they're running the same play, just changing which side they want to go to.
Yeah, you're right, Vince. There's nothing complex about it. Just running the same type of play, a little fake pitch here and there. By Beatty, it's drawing in a lot of Wolverines. Are having trouble keeping track of that right now.
A full backfield here, 4 players in the backfield in the pistol formation. Now going to the air, rolling out, almost tripped up. They're able to get rid of it late. Throwing the ball away there is Anthony Mackey. So the sophomore quarterback, who has seen action at various points in the season, wisely gets rid of that one. And they'll live to fight for third down and manageable here. And so Mackey, 21 of 41 coming into this game, 334 passing yards on the season, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And as we see there, his first pass of the night.
Yeah, Wolverines bring more of a blitz there, which I love. Didn't think the Wolverines did enough of that last week, and it came back to bite him, I think. But there they bring the blitz, get Mackey out of the pocket. He panics and throws the ball away.
And so it's Beatty once again. This time he pitches it. It's Thomas, Andre Thomas, out to the right side. He's able to make the first tackler miss. He's down at the 10-yard line. So Jeffrey Williams unable to wrap him up, a few extra yards, and now threatening once again with a goal-to-go situation are the Colts, as again it's the halfback Andre Thomas with a nice gain there on third down.
Yeah, the Wolverines, I don't think they've seen much of this option this year, if I can think about it correctly. They really haven't been exposed to it much, and Chartiers Valley just executing it so well right now, making all the right decisions.
Empty backfield, they'll send the running back out to the left. They fake the screen, wrapped up just inside the 10. A big hit there to end the play. And so a moderate gain of a few there. It'll be second and goal at the 8-yard line upcoming for the Colts.
As we see talented sophomore Jeremiah Ramsey leave the field. In on the tackle there for Woodland Hills, Rodney Stubbs. Big-time senior linebacker for Woodland Hills back onto the field. It's something the Wolverines are going to really miss next year, those talented linebackers. 3 big seniors, Taiwan Milton, Rodney Stubbs, and Idris Goodlock all graduating. So hopefully the Wolverines can reload there at the linebacker position and look to see maybe Jeremiah Ramsey there next year.
Second and goal for the Colts. They'll roll out. Beatty looking to go to the air here, dumps it off short to the tight end. That's his favorite target, Sean Bannis, but the pickup is short. 3-yard gain for Bannis, who had a big season last year, over 400 yards through the air. This year he has been stymied a bit as this offense has sort of spreaded the ball out. He has 14 receptions, 147 yards, and 2 touchdowns coming into this contest.
Yeah, nice job by Armani Bailey on the coverage. Not letting Bannis break free. Only got a few there. And now on third down, you got to imagine Chartiers Valley has 2 chances to get to the goal line.
They'll fake the pitch once again. Beatty up the middle. He's trying to drag defenders to the end zone, but he is wrapped up. The Wolverines do a good job of staying at home, spying on the quarterback and bringing him down before he's able to get to pay dirt. And so fourth down now, they will trot out what looks like the field goal team. And so they have made 4 field goals on the season, which is never a small feat when it comes to high school kicking games. And so Jack Radzanowick will come out. He has 4 field goals made on the season. The senior will try and pull this game within 1 score. This one shorter than a PAT almost. But it's blocked, and he has it, but he's going to be dragged down back towards the 20-yard line, and a big block there by the Wolverines. Not sure who got in there first, but they bend but don't break. No points allowed as they stymie that one. They'll take over around their own 20-yard line.
Looked like it may have been Taiwan Milton, Vince. I'm not sure. I have to take another look, but yeah, that's why I'm kind of questioning that decision there by Chartiers Valley. In the last game of the year, both teams aren't going to make the playoffs, and I would think you just got to go for that. And the way they've been running the ball against Woodland Hills, why not take your chance? But that decision definitely comes back to haunt them as the talented Wolverines and Taiwan Milton get through there and block it. And Chartiers Valley gives the ball away back to Woodland Hills now. See if the offense can get rolling again.
And they've been off to a great start, 2 rushing touchdowns by Clark. Do you even try to go to the air here, or do you keep it on the ground?
Well, if you're asking me, I'd go to the air a little bit. You know, get Deonte Williams' arm back in the game. He's found Joshua Rawlings a couple times. You know, Tariq Scipio is just waiting to get his hands on the ball. But I know what you mean. How can you argue with going away from William Clark?
See what they do here to keep the defense on their toes. They've been unable to stop the Wolverines for much of this evening. They'll keep it on the ground here, and the ball appears like it may have come out, and I think the Colts got it right back, and they signal officially, yes, on first down. It's a fumble recovered by Kendall Sanford. The 300-pound, 6'6" senior lineman comes in there, lays the boom, and you take a look, just a bad handoff there.
Yeah, I think it's a result, unfortunately, of looked like Dante Gant went to take the handoff, and he doesn't get that many carries, so I think maybe that chemistry is just not quite there. It's just a tough break there for Gant and the Wolverines, but you know they can rebound from it. Dante Gant, a very talented ball player.
A high snap there. Beatty will take it around the right side, but he is dragged down, and that is a great job there by Taylon Brooks. Brooks has been a stalwart on both sides of the ball this year for the Wolverines. As you said, one of those players that's going to have to step up even more next season, a junior coming back. He's had himself quite a season, 5 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, and we've called his name quite a few times on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, extremely dangerous in multiple facets. He's played running back. You can get him in at wide receiver. And just a great play there by Jeffrey Williams, reading that, coming in on the corner blitz and blowing that up there. No, sorry to cut short on the Taylon Brooks talk there, but Jeffrey Williams, just great read there to blitz off the edge.
It was a great play indeed. Williams, as if he was shot out of a cannon, comes around and drops that play for a loss. And so credit to the Woodland Hills defense after the turnover on first down and having to go right back on the field. They have created a 3rd down and 13 now, and they might just force the Colts into another field goal situation, see if they can hold them here. 4 receivers set, 1 running back to the right here on 3rd and 13. It's McKay rolling out to the right as a man open in the end zone, and that will be a touchdown, but a flag is on the field. We see some Wolverines clapping. This one may be coming back. Could it possibly be an ineligible receiver downfield?
Looks like maybe pass interference on Chartiers Valley. Looked like that's the signal that he gave, the official gave. We will see here.
Colts can't believe it. The players and coaching staff beside themselves. Big break for the Wolverines. That'll push the ball back even further here on 3rd down.
Could be the reason why he got so much separation there, Vince. I mean, Banis is a great ball player for Chartiers Valley, but he's a big guy. He's not that fast. So it kind of surprised me that he was able to get so much separation from some very speedy Wolverines in the secondary there. We'll see if PI was indeed the call. We'll see if doesn't look like from the replay we're going to be able to tell there, but I imagine he must have done something. I don't think that was just a fake flag there.
You'd have to think it might even be a pick play.
Oh, and yeah, good call there, Vince. That certainly could be what it was. Maybe that's why he was able to get so free and wide open.
Mackey going to take it here on 3rd down. Gets hit by Bailey and Brooks. He'll get it back to around where he took over the ball, around the 15-yard line. And they'll bring out the kicking team once again. See if they have different fortunes this time, as the last one was blocked by the Wolverines.
You see if the Wolverines can get that same penetration. They were in there so quick before on the other field goal attempt, so hopefully Wolverines are able to remake what they did.
Radzanowski looking to put this one through from about 32. It's about dead on. Snap is good. The hold was good, and it's blocked again. The Wolverines with their 2nd block, and they'll take over the ball about 5 yards further than where they did the first time. And my goodness, they can't catch a break. Great job by the Wolverines.
Yeah, just breaking through again. You see them hungry to block this field goal again on the Wolverines, and they just break right through. A few Wolverines get great penetration and block it again. And, you know, it's hard to even question that decision from Chartiers Valley. If you know you got the leg and your kicker, you might as well try that, because that was a 4th and very long. And I guess the only other option may have been just throw one up in the end zone. And even if Woodland Hills picks it off, you hope that you keep them in the end zone for a touchback. So, I mean, that's I don't even know if you're in high school, if you're able to return it out of the end zone. I think you can on an interception, but regardless, Woodland Hills comes through again. Special teams unit with another block.
Special teams been an incredible bright spot for this club this year, and now they'll take over. They'll give it to Bailey here on first down. He'll get the ball up close to the 25-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 24. So 3 yards on first down for Bailey, as the Wolverines have done a good job differentiating, getting different ball carriers in on the action, giving Clark a little bit of a breather as he's already toted the rock a good bit of times tonight. Taking the pigskin across to pay dirt twice. Has a 2-point conversion as well, and that's led us to a 16-7 game. We'll have our first timeout of the evening. And so we will step aside with the Wolverines up 9, 3 minutes and 14 seconds left here in our first half of play. You're tuned into the Wolverines and Colts on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
LG3 Entertainment is a first-class disc jockey and karaoke entertainment company that serves the Pittsburgh and surrounding areas. They offer a wide range of music entertainment for weddings, anniversaries, school dances, corporate events, and more. They also offer beautiful chair cover linen rentals to give your event the elegance it deserves. They offer many more services, so go to their website today and see why so many choose LG3 Entertainment for the best in family fun entertainment.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
So after the Woodland Hills timeout to stop the clock, it's 3 minutes and 14 seconds left here in our first half of play. Wolverines will need to go 76 yards to tack one more on the board here before halftime. They have it 2nd and 7. Williams going to go to the air. He's going over the top, has Scipio. There was some contact there, but there will be no flag. They say that it was mutual on both sides. Tend to think that was a pretty good call there.
Yeah, Vince, I agree. I think both guys just going for the ball. It looked like Deonte Williams just didn't lead Scipio quite enough. Scipio was able to get the separation. There was no safety over the top, and he's able to connect there. That's probably 6 for Woodland Hills, but, it's going to happen. Deonte Williams has made some great throws this year. That one just falls a little bit short. As you see, Scipio had to slow up to try and get there a little high as well.
So a creative play call there to try and take the lid off the defense, catch them by surprise on 2nd down and 7 when they've been rushing the ball incredibly well. We'll see if they keep it on the ground here. They fake a couple handoffs. Williams is able to make a few miss, and he is dragged down before he gets back to the line of scrimmage. And so in all likelihood, the punt team will come back out. We'll see if Chartiers Valley takes a timeout here to stop the clock. Doesn't appear that they will.
Yeah, Romello Sanford, one of the Chartiers Valley Colts at defensive end, who was able to get in there quick and cause some problems for the Wolverines. Unfortunately, this drive will stall. Hopefully the defense can do what they have been doing, and hopefully we can get this to the locker room with this same score then.
Quick 3 and out, a high snap. Williams is able to corral that one, gets rid of this one. It'll be taken at around the 50-yard line, dancing around, trying to find some running room, and getting tossed backwards is the return man, Caleb Nelson, and so it will be spotted officially at the 47-yard line. Colts need 53 yards in 2 minutes and 19 seconds, so more than enough time. They've got all 3 timeouts. You take another look at Williams, giving that one the boot. And a short return that doesn't really net much of anything.
Yeah, just a great job by Dante Gant there. Wrapping up and getting a big tackle for the special teams unit, which you mentioned last week, Vince. Punts and kickoff returns, they've been great all year for the Wolverines. And a great job by Dante Gant, the senior, right there.
1st down and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Another quarterback sneak. This one nets just a few yards as they'll spot the ball just short of midfield. So the clock continues to run. It's now 2nd down and about 8 yards to go. Last week we saw the Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home play of the game, a 75-yard kick return by William Clark after a penalty on the PAT against the Moon Tigers moved the kick back a little bit. It was a line drive, and Clark left no doubt about it, just blew past everyone on his way to the house. They'll go to the air here. A quick toss across the middle. That completion to the tight end. And once again, that is Banis. Waiting to see. Now they finally motion. That one will move the chains. But we have a timeout on the field. Chartiers Valley stops the clock with a little over 90 seconds left. So we'll step aside. We'll be right back on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Whether you need a new website or want to improve your existing site, Web Landings can serve your needs. Web Landings provides professional, easy-to-maintain websites for businesses, organizations, and individuals. Discover more at weblandings.com and find out how editing your site can be as easy as using a word processor. Plus, we offer 1 year of free hosting for any website developed. Visit weblandings.com today.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
97 seconds left here in our first half of play. It's Woodland Hills 16, Chartiers Valley 7. They just moved the chains. They stopped the clock. And now they set up shop just over the 40-yard line at the 42. Trying to put some more points on the board. They've had 2 field goals blocked here in the first half. This Wolverines defense has been tenacious. Mackey with a quick toss there across the middle. There'll be a flag as soon as the ball is caught there by the receiver, Martise Davis. We'll see if that one is against the offense. Davis with a few choice words for the defense.
And wasn't happy how he got tackled, which was just a great hard tackle by Woodland Hills there. But looks like this is going to go against Chartiers Valley, so that certainly helps out the Wolverines, and that'll push the Colts back as we sit here at 1.5 minutes until the half.
Davis, one of 4 receivers on the season with over 10 catches for an offense that likes to spread the ball, but that one will be wiped out by the penalty. And that one, a personal foul, pushes them back quite a ways. They went from the 42 of Woodland Hills to their own 45. So overall, a loss of 13 yards on the penalty. They might need to go to the air here with 1:16. They'll go over the middle. They had a man, but that one quickly snuffed out. Brooks was coming across the middle. It was Beatty, who has 5 receptions on the season. He's unable to come up with that one as the throw was just off the mark. And so it'll be 2nd down and 22 from the 45-yard line.
Yeah, that only thing that helps Chartiers Valley there is the clock stops, so they get opportunity to collect themselves here, and they still got plenty of time on that play clock, just under 15 seconds here. And see if the Wolverines, maybe they go for a blitz here somewhere in here and try and really close the door on this drive.
They'll bring 4. They'll send this one out to Thomas on the right. He's spun around, gets away from the first tackler though, but then a group of Wolverines come in and drag down the ball carrier back around the line of scrimmage. We'll see if they give any forward progress as things continue to get a little chippy down here. We see some words from Andre Thomas. Jeffrey Williams over there as well. Now they're issuing a sideline warning for the Colts. And so no gain there on 3rd down with 55 seconds left. The clock stops. Ball spotted at the 48-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and a long ways to go here. They'll send the man in motion. And they'll keep this one on the ground. Thomas with a nice hole up the middle. He gains about 10 yards there, and he'll get the ball down to about the 42-yard line, 43 officially.
Yeah, that was interesting there. I knew they blew the whistle there. I would have thought they would have restarted the game clock. He was taken down in bounds, and the clock stayed stopped until the ball was snapped. I think that was interesting there. That certainly gave Chartiers Valley a little bit more time. But nonetheless, Wolverines get them, put them into a 4th and about 11 situation here. So clock running down. I'm not sure what Chartiers Valley is looking to do here. They might just be happy to take this 16-7. I don't know if they want to try the chance at a Hail Mary or what, but we'll see.
Well, there is about a 7-second difference between the play clock and game clock. And so the Colts take the timeout in lieu of the delay of game penalty. And so we'll step aside one more time when we come back. 7 seconds left in the first half. It's the Colts and the Wolverines here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home has been serving families in the Woodland Hills community since 1905 and is a member of the Hall of Excellence of the National Funeral Directors Association. Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home now offers crematory services at their Turtle Creek location. Families choosing cremation can have added peace of mind, knowing that their loved one never leaves the care of Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home. For nearly 115 years, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home has been honored to serve local families and to be a proud partner of the Woodland Hills communities.
7 seconds left here. Colts will air it out. Why not? Rolling to the right is Mackey. He lets go of this one. It falls to the turf. And it appears that's how our first half of action will end. Our score after 2 quarters of play, Woodland Hills 16, Chartiers Valley 7. We will step aside. When we come back, we'll have a recap of how we got that score, along with a few other storylines, as it'll be the halftime show here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, and it's all presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com. The Triangle Bar and Grill in Swissvale has recently been named among the 33 best sandwich shops in America. But folks in the Woodland Hills communities have known that for over 80 years. The Triangle, located on Monongahela Avenue, is the home of the Battleship, the sandwich that made Swissvale famous. Plus, the Triangle has a full menu of specialty sandwiches you're sure to love. Call the Triangle at 412-271-9885 to place your order now. Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home has been serving families in the Woodland Hills community since 1905 and is a member of the Hall of Excellence of the National Funeral Directors Association. Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home now offers crematory services at their Turtle Creek location. Families choosing cremation can have added peace of mind, knowing that their loved one never leaves the care of Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home. For nearly 115 years, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home has been honored to serve local families and to be a proud partner of the Woodland Hills communities. Woodland Hills football is brought to you in part by the law offices of Owen Seaman. Owen is a Woodland Hills alumnus who studied law at Duquesne University and has been practicing law in the Pittsburgh area for over 15 years. Attorney Owen Seaman's experience encompasses virtually every facet of criminal defense. If you find yourself in need of criminal defense representation, call Owen at 412-721-0412 or visit owenthelawyer.com.
Excella Health wants to know, how can we help you today? Can we help you find a doctor? Schedule a same-day appointment. Choose just the right service for your health concern? As your healthcare partner, Excella offers hundreds of primary care and specialty doctors, along with outpatient testing, rehab, and nationally recognized heart care, surgery, and orthopedics. To learn more, visit excellahealth.org or call 1-877-771-1234.
Tired of a dirty car? Mr. Magic Car Wash will have your vehicle looking new again in just minutes, even those tough-to-clean wheels. Try us out at any one of our 5 convenient South Hills locations for a car wash you won't soon forget.
Mr. Magic Car Wash. Clean, shiny, and dry every time.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
We are back here on the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. We're at halftime here at Chartiers Valley, and after 2 quarters of play, it is Woodland Hills 16, Chartiers Valley 7. How we got there, started off the scoring. It was Chartiers Valley, a 2-yard touchdown run by Andre Thomas. The PAT up and good, gave Chartiers Valley the 7-0 lead. And then a pair of touchdowns, a 2-yard run and a 7-yard run by William Clark. The first 2-point conversion was a pass over the top to Joshua Rawlings in the corner of the end zone, and then a run to the right side by William Clark, makes it 16-7 after 2 quarters of play. So before we toss it to the bands, Eric, real quickly, wanted to see what are your thoughts from the first half of play?
Yeah, the defense has done a pretty good job overall. They bent a little bit, as we talked about, let the Chartiers Valley Colts get in some situations they wouldn't have liked, but they were able to shut the door with those 2 great blocked field goals, only let up that 1 touchdown. The offense getting the balls in some different players' hands. I like to see that. William Clark, again, doing a great job, as you expect. Going over the middle a little bit, getting Josh Rawlings the ball. You like to see that. So we'll see if they can keep it up on the offensive and defensive side of the ball and special teams.
Wolverines playing well in all 3 phases of the game. They're going for their 3rd win in 4 games to end the season on a high note. We'll see who gets that elusive conference victory between the Colts and the Wolverines when we come back for the second half here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, all presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
A-Boss Opticians on Braddock Avenue in Braddock is your one-stop optical shop. With hundreds of the latest frame styles and lenses, the skilled opticians at A-Boss will help select and fit the best eyewear option for you. Plus, A-Boss Opticians is the best eyewear repair facility in the area. No matter what your eyewear needs are, make A-Boss Opticians your opticians. Call A-Boss Opticians at 412-271-4424 or visit abossopticians.com.
Thanks for tuning in to the Halftime Show on the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Woodland Hills Football is presented by State Senator Jay Costa. Wolverine Football is also brought to you by the Triangle Bar and Grill, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, the law offices of Owen Seaman, LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, Fox's Pizza Den in Turtle Creek, Bush Brothers Car Care, LG3 Entertainment, Web Landings, and A-Boss Opticians. Now it's time for the second half.
Welcome back. Second half of action ready to get underway. The Wolverines will receive the second half kick. And off to the races, number 7 for the Wolverines around the left side, down the sidelines to the 40-yard line. And a great return out of the gate, the Wolverines. And that is Eshawn Carter, the junior, able to take that one downfield. And so the Wolverines, with a 9-point lead here to start the half, will have great field position inside of the 40-yard line.
Eshawn Carter, you haven't been able to see him with the ball in his hands much this year, but the transfer from Steel Valley is so dangerous, and he's going to be somebody he's been mostly on the field on defense this year. He's done a great job at his defensive back position, but he is also extremely dangerous when he has the ball in his hands on offense, setting up the Wolverines big on that great return by Eshawn Carter.
First down and 10, they'll give this one to Taylon Brooks, and he's able to find a crease up the middle. And he gets the ball down the field inside the 30-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 29, and so that will move the chains to start the second half here. Wolverines looking to strike quickly here. Has 2 William Clark touchdowns in the first half after a 2-yard run by Andre Thomas has given them a 16-7 lead. They'll hand this one off. That one not much doing. They'll get the ball forward towards the 25-yard line, so it'll be a gain of about 3 yards. So it'll be second down and 6. Wolverines and Colts both looking for their first conference victory of the season. You see the carry there snuffed out by the Colts defensive line. They've had a couple bright spots here, but the run game for the Wolverines has been the catalyst for this lead thus far. Brooks will get another carry. He gets a block. He's sprung out to the right, and he is gone. Taylon Brooks takes it in from 27 out. No laundry on the field, and so this one goes for 6.
Great run by Taylon Brooks. He's done it all year long when he's had those big holes, and with his ability, he is very tough to catch, and untouched there to the end zone goes Taylon Brooks. Such a talented junior for the Wolverines. Really glad to have him back next year, and I'm sure he's just going to keep adding to those D1 offers.
Brooks with his 6th touchdown on the season. That makes it a 15-point lead, and they'll go for 2. They're going to go with a route towards the outside and broken up. It was in and out of the hands of Jeffrey Williams down along the goal line, but good coverage there by number 20 for Chartiers Valley. So Jordan Demis able to break that one up, but take another look. Taylon Brooks able to get the Wolverines on the board to start the second half. Their lead now 22-7. And we'll step aside for just a second. We'll be right back here on the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Welcome back here. Wolverines get 6 on the board quickly. It took them 1 minute and 11 seconds, and so it's 22-7 Wolverines here. They'll send this one deep. It's taken at about the 10-yard line. The return man takes it up over the 30-yard line, trying to make a few miss. He's swallowed up just past looked like he got to the 31, and so Caleb Nelson sets up Chartiers Valley as the offense will go to work.
Yeah, we'll see how the defense comes out here on this initial drive of the second half. Did a good job on the first drive of the game for Chartiers Valley. We know in the past we've talked about how Woodland Hills struggles on those opening drives of games and opening drives of the second half. So did great in the beginning of the game on that first drive for Chartiers Valley. Let's see how they come out and for this first drive for Chartiers Valley.
The second half has not been friendly to the Wolverines, but a great job there by the offense, taking the ball down the field. Taylon Brooks, the 27-yard score. They'll run the option here on a perfect pitch. That's Andre Thomas with a hole. He gets up over the 45, is taken down at the 46-yard line. Needed 10, looks like he got about 15. That'll move the chains.
You know, McKeesport has that red and blue color base, and Chartiers Valley has it too, and they're looking like McKeesport right now, running this option as McKeesport has done for so many years. They are running it so well against the Woodland Hills defense, and that's where they've had their success tonight. Is Beatty's been able to pitch the ball and keep it and do a great job with that.
Still only a touchdown to show, and it's because of plays like that. Rodney Stubb blowing that one up in the backfield, and so just as they went forward, they'll go backwards for a loss of about 5 yards there, back to the 41-yard line, and so a great play there by Stubbs in the defense as they set it up with a 2nd and long. I want to thank everyone for joining us here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, whether you're tuning in on the WHFN app, on our Facebook stream, on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Hard to believe this is our last half here as both of these teams not playoff bound. There's Thomas out to the left again. He's off to the races, but there is some laundry down on the field, and now another flag as Scipio came over and gave an extra shot. Didn't drag the ball carrier to the ground, but nonetheless, Thomas was already out of bounds when the contact was applied.
Yeah, we'll see if maybe this is a holding on Chartiers Valley and then maybe a personal foul there on the sideline. It looked like they were hand fighting going after each other, as it looked like Thomas maybe was going for a stiff arm and Scipio didn't like that and he pushed back. We'll see what the calls are here, but and I mentioned on that last play, great job by Rodney Stubbs, the senior, and whoever gets him in college is going to be very lucky.
And they get strict when it comes to those sideline calls. That one didn't look terribly intentional as far as a late hit. So nonetheless, there is a holding call against the Colts, and that will benefit the Wolverines as they will march backwards. You can see it there on the outside. Looked like the holding call against Anthony Cholera.
Yeah, Scipio definitely gave him an extra shove there, but definitely looked like Thomas was going after him too on the stiff arm late. But, you know, as we know, they often get the retaliator, and Wolverine's guilty of that. So after they march off the holding and then march off the personal foul, it still becomes a first down for Chartiers Valley.
They'll spot the ball officially at the 42, make it the 43-yard line of Woodland Hills. Again, it will be first down and 10. And again, we do want to thank you all for what has been a great season. Been a joy to bring you all the games. I'm sure these teams wish it had gone a little differently, both entering the contest at 2-7, both looking for their first conference victory. But as we've talked about, these Wolverines have been oh so close so many times. A lot of things to look forward to next year, led by sophomore, soon-to-be junior Deonte Williams. Quarterback rollout, went to pass it, now he'll run it. It'll be dragged down hard there. Brooks with the big tackle. Ball will be spotted at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of about 7-8 yards on first down. So it'll be second and short. Take another look.
Yeah, Beatty's tough to contain there. The Wolverines only send 4. He gets out of the pocket easily, but he's not getting past Taylon Brooks. Taylon Brooks has showcased so much arm strength this year and his arm tackling abilities.
So second down and 2. They'll hand this one off. It's Thomas up the middle. Again, he's got quite the hole, and he gets down inside the 15-yard line, down to about the 12-yard line. And so that's another first down run there for Thomas, who's had quite a bit of running room to work with tonight, something we haven't seen much from this Wolverines defense. They've been impressive against the run all season, but Thomas has been gashing them throughout this evening. He sets them up with a first down and 10. They'll hand it off. Or no, they'll fake it. They'll keep it, and that fooled us, the defense, everyone. And Beatty's into the end zone. That's a touchdown.
Yeah, again, those second half opening drive struggles continue for Woodland Hills. They just did not look ready from the get-go, and Chartiers Valley took advantage of it and answered the quick touchdown from Woodland Hills with a touchdown of their own. And they're able to close the gap a little bit, and they're going to see if they can make this an 8-point game here with the extra point.
They've had quite a bit of issues with the kicking game. 2 field goals blocked in the first half. And so Jack Radzanowski, the 5'10 senior, will try and split the uprights here. Make it an 8-point game if he's able to convert this one up and through. Good hold, good kick. And so it is an 8-point game, 22-14. Both teams with early touchdowns. 8:42 left here in the third quarter. It's 22-14 Woodland Hills on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
The Triangle Bar and Grill in Swissvale has recently been named among the 33 best sandwich shops in America. But folks in the Woodland Hills communities have known that for over 80 years. The Triangle, located on Monongahela Avenue, is the home of the Battleship, the sandwich that made Swissvale famous. Plus, the Triangle has a full menu of specialty sandwiches you're sure to love. Call the Triangle at 412-271-9885 to place your order now.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
And so we are back once again. 8:42 left on the clock here in the third quarter of play. If you're just joining us, the second half already some explosive offensive plays. A 27-yard run by Taylon Brooks, a 13-yard run by the quarterback Griffin Beatty. And so 22-14 our score. Now taking the ball once again. Another return here for Eshawn Carter. A couple flags fly in. Carter's dragged down around the 20-yard line. And we'll see what the calls are upcoming. Eric, I don't know if you had a good eye on that. I missed that one.
It looked like he was either going to be a horse collar or a face mask. Looks like they got him for a face mask and, on the end of the play, but it looked like earlier it's probably going to be a holding or a block in the back on Woodland Hills. That was probably the first call, and then definitely at the end it was a face mask on Chartiers Valley. It looked like the call was. I'm not sure if he it looked like his head was moving. Yeah, definitely got a lot of face mask there. Vishon Carter did. I think Jordan Demas for Chartiers Valley at the end of the play.
See what the official calls are and where the ball ends up after the 2 penalties. It's like a chop block call. And so one thing's for sure, this Woodland Hills offense looking to keep the ball rolling here. They've done an excellent job running downhill with a plethora of different backs getting the ball. Armani Bailey has had a few carries. Taylor Brooks with the touchdown on the last drive. And as always, William Clark, explosive with 2 touchdowns in the first half. Went over the 1,000-yard mark. So congratulations to the senior who ends his Woodland Hills career on a high note. And hopefully will be able to send off the program with its 3rd win of the season and ensure that they get on the board in conference play.
And it looks like the result of that is going to be a re-kick here for Chartiers Valley. See if the Wolverines can do something with a second chance at a return. Chartiers Valley probably going to go with the same approach for a squib-style kick. See if it can get all the way to some of the talented Wolverines. I'm surprised sometimes Wolverines don't try and move one of those guys up and kind of disguise them up further in the kick return team.
This one's short, and it hit a Wolverine, and it is turned over. A mental error there by Brooks. He's done so many things right. Actually, no, that's number 8, not number 9. So Keyshawn Davis, the junior receiver, went to cover that one up, and it was kicked so hard, it hit it looked like his leg, and bounced back over to the kicking team. And so a huge break there will mean that the Colts get the ball back at the 48-yard line of Woodland Hills with a chance to tie this one up if they're able to string together a drive. A tough break there. And so it is 1st down and 10, the 2nd turnover of the night for the Wolverines. Beatty rolls out, has some room, but decides to go to the air. He has a man open there, and along the sidelines, looks like the reception is made by Caleb Nelson. So that will move the chains, a quick connection there. And the Colts offense back in rhythm here with the ball at the 35, down just 8 points now.
Yeah, I think the Wolverines defense has got to send pressure right now. Nothing's working when it comes to dropping 7 guys into coverage. And yet again, big play for Chartiers Valley.
Yeah, they'll give it to Thomas once again. He gets about 8 on 1st down. He's been very effective out of the sidecar there, getting the ball in the backfield and turning on the Jets. And so the ball will be spotted at the 26. It'll be 2nd down and a short 1. And so once again, the Colts threatening here. Bobbled snap. Beatty rolls out to the right. He has pressure from Bailey and just wisely throws this one away. Armani Bailey and Rodney Stubbs were up in his grill, so to speak, and so he just gives this one a ride out of bounds and lives to play for 3rd down and a short 1. Take another look at the pressure.
Yeah, nice job bringing the pressure for Woodland Hills there. See if they maybe bring those outside linebackers a little closer up on the edge, and because I think Beatty's becoming a little too comfortable. He's getting that nice buffer from the linebackers, and he's able to have more time to get out of the pocket and throw the ball or just run the ball, keep it on the ground, which I think he likes to do the most.
3rd down and 1. Woodland Hills looking for the stop. They'll hand this one off the middle to Thomas. Thomas is able to get enough. He needed 1. Looked like he got about 5 until the ball will be spotted at the 21-yard line. And more importantly, it'll be a fresh set of downs for the Colts to work with.
Yeah, they're going to that no huddle, and it's working out very well for them. It's got a tired Wolverines defense out there right now.
Wolverines defense has had some issues making second half adjustments. We'll see what they come up with here. A quick toss out to the left side. That one wrapped up quickly. Antonio Zambrano going nowhere fast. Tackled by Armani Bailey and company. A lot of Wolverines in there quickly. And so it'll be 2nd and long upcoming for the Colts. Ball spotted officially at about the 24-yard line.
A great job by the defense there covering that one up. Thomas Sheard coming off the edge, forcing the pitch, and then Armani Bailey, I believe, on the tackle. Just a great job covering. That's how the Wolverines defense should be covering that option all night.
Great play there all around. See if they can follow that up here on 2nd and 12. They'll go with a quick screen out to Thomas. Thomas able to make the first few Wolverines miss. He'll get a good chunk of yardage back. Did the ball come out? No, they'll mark him down at around the 18-yard line, and so it'll bring up 3rd and much more manageable. So they need to get the ball to around the 11-yard line, which will make it a 3rd and 7.
Yeah, and I think with the result of the other field goal attempts, they're going to most likely have 2 opportunities to get this yardage, Vince. I would think they're going to want to try and get this one in the end zone especially. Still plenty of time left in this one, but I think that's what the Colts will opt to do here.
2 blocked field goal attempts. Wolverine special teams has been nothing short of excellent tonight. 3rd down, rolling out is Beatty. He goes across his body towards the end zone. That one bounces off the chest of the receiver, and he went to a target he's been going to for much of the night, Caleb Nelson. But interesting. We talked about it with Deonte Williams last week. We talk about it with Beatty this week, how sometimes these coaches calling plays for their quarterback, as you look here, has to run across his body and contort himself to let go of this throw.
Yeah, you're exactly. You know, he's coming to the left side where he has the space, but that's a tough throw to make, Vince. And he makes the throw pretty well, but just falls incomplete. It looked like he had his man, Wilson, not wide open, but he was open. He could have made the catch, but Nelson, excuse me, and forces Chartiers Valley to a big 4th down. Defense got to step up.
Granted, I get it. It was on the right hash, and it'll remain there for this 4th down play. Again, Beatty will roll out to his left. He has pressure coming. He takes off with this one, has some running room, gets down inside the 10-yard line, and he's out around the 5. It'll be 1st down and goal. Beatty was able to pull the ball down and pick it up with his feet, and so it'll be a goal-to-go situation with 6 minutes, 15 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Chartiers Valley trying to get back into this one, down 8.
Yeah, that's exactly what Chartiers Valley wanted to do there. You know, if you have any sure way of getting that 4th down conversion, it's with Beatty. He's been great with his legs all night, and nobody's there for Woodland Hills to come in and take Beatty down, and he just gets way too much yardage as the secondary was cleared out into the end zone with the routes of the receivers, and that was all she wrote there. And Chartiers Valley set up big time here, 1st and goal. Defense got to make a play.
Colts down by just 8 points here midway through the 3rd. The Wolverines came out with a sucker punch to the mouth in the form of a long drive punctuated by a 27-yard run by Taylon Brooks. The 2-point conversion was no good. And so since then, it's been all Colts. They retaliated with a 13-yard run. Beatty was able to pull the ball down once again, find the end zone. PAT was up and good, and so now they are threatening once again.
Got to mention, Vince, I just noticed the score, and I had to take a 2nd and 3rd look at it. Aliquippa is losing at home to Central Valley 38-0 right now. Quite an unbelievable score that I never thought I would see, especially at the pit.
They don't lose there very often. Thomas takes the carry across the defense through the left side, and he is in for the 2nd time tonight. This one a 5-yard run. We'll see if they go for 2 here, especially with some of the issues they've had in the kicking game, but now just a 2-point game between these 2 conference foes.
Yeah, just a nice run by Thomas. Some nice blocks there up front from Chartiers Valley. Looked like maybe a hold by Isaac Minetti Hauser there as he brought his hands back and said, "Oh, I'm not guilty of a hold," but it looked like he was. But nonetheless, still Chartiers Valley just taking it to Woodland Hills right now, and you hope that Woodland Hills can get it together here in this last game. And right now, though, they got to stop this 2-point conversion. It's big.
Beatty will, or rather, Barris will come out. Beatty stays in. He's back to throw. They have a man open. They connect on the short screen, but he falls down. He trips short of the goal line. And so Zambrano unable to get it done. Looked like he had enough room there, but you have to wonder, that pass was a little low. May it have thrown him off a little bit.
Yeah, definitely the pass was low, and he still was able to bring it in, and he probably would have been able to get in there. He had Armani Bailey and Tariq Scipio converging on him, but he's going to remember that one there as he slips up there and the Wolverines catch a bit of a break.
So we'll step aside for a quick second. Wolverines keep the lead. It's 22-20. It's the Wolverines and Colts on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Life has its ups and downs. There are times when you or a loved one needs help. That's why you should know the name LGAR, Health and Rehabilitation Center. Located just minutes from the Monroeville Mall, the LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center has been known by locals for many years, and they excel in reputation, rehabilitation, recuperation, and residential living. The help and answers you need are just a phone call away at 412-825-9000. Also on the web at lgar.org. LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, a name you should know and a name you can trust.
We are back here, second half of action. Again, it's Eshawn Carter with the kick return here. Has a bit of a running lane. He's up over the 40, up over the 50, down to the 40. Has one man to beat. He's in a foot race to the end zone, down to the 20, down to the 10, and he'll be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. As I look across the field, there's no flags anywhere to be found. And so Woodland Hills will have a goal-to-go situation to start this drive. Eshawn Carter's third return of the night, and he cashes in big time.
You know, Eshawn Carter, like I mentioned before, so dangerous. It's a shame that he wasn't able to get the ball a little bit more on offense because he's such a threat. But he's coming back next year, so you hopefully will see him get the ball on offense a little more. And just a great job on the return there, setting up the Wolverines big time. And hopefully set up inside the 10 now. The Wolverines can take this one in quick.
So they'll have first down, goal to go, ball at the 8-yard line. Williams will take the shotgun snap. He'll hand it off and hit right as he got the ball. Was the ball carrier Clark. Good senior presence there to hang on to the ball because just as he got it, he got walloped.
Yeah, Clark had nowhere to go. Lots of penetration there from Chartiers Valley as they take William Clark down. Loss of about one there, but still plenty of options here on second down and 3 more opportunities to get this ball into the end zone.
Second down, ball now at the 10-yard line, or just a little inside, closer to the 9. And a goal-to-go situation for the Wolverines, looking to add on to this lead after surrendering a few scores. They'll give it to Clark out on the right side. He's able to power through, and by sheer will, he's able to get down towards the 5-yard line because there was nothing there.
Yeah, just incredible that he was even able to get that 3 yards there. This is, to me, this is just a product of Chartiers Valley watching film and knowing what Woodland Hills is going to do in a situation like this. That's why I think maybe you got to mix it up, try something different here. William Clark is great, but when he's got 6 or 7 Colts on the read there and they can see what he's doing, it's going to be very hard for him to get the ball into the end zone.
So they'll get to the line here on third down, ball at the 6. They'll hand it to Clark once again. He kind of shimmies and shakes and drives his way down inside the 5. And so now it'll be fourth down and goal with the ball very, very close to that goal line, but not quite there. They're going to mark him down officially at what looks like the 2-yard line.
A little pushing and shoving after the play there. Looked like Jordan Demas didn't like Demond Taylor making a nice block there, and the refs rushed in. But no flag thrown. But Woodland Hills, big fourth down play here. They got to get this ball, and they got to cash in on that fantastic return by Eshawn Carter.
First and goal from the 2-yard line.
So with 4 minutes left in the third, Wolverines looking to tack on to this lead. They have the ball at the 2. They'll hand it off. Clark able to motor his way in, and there's no one in front of him. A touchdown from 2 yards out. His third score of the night, and the senior able to put Woodland Hills back up by 8, or by 6, rather.
Huge play there for Woodland Hills. William Clark doing exactly what he needed to do, and that's just very deflating to Chartiers Valley after they score 2 big touchdowns against you. You're able to go right down the field after a great return by Eshawn Carter, and then short yardage there to get into the end zone, but you're able to cash it on a fourth down, a crucial fourth down play, and hopefully they can make this a 10-point game now on the 2-point conversion.
It is an 8-point lead. Math not my strong suit while I'm up in the booth. And pass across the middle, wrapped up and caught. A great catch in traffic by Scipio. And it is a 10-point game. The 2-point conversion makes it 30-20. Woodland Hills on top of Chartiers Valley. When we return, 3 minutes and 56 seconds left in the third quarter. It is the Colts and the Wolverines on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, all presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Bush Brothers Car Care Center in Swissvale has been a Monongahela Avenue institution for 4 decades. Bush Brothers is a full-service mechanic and tire shop for all types of vehicles. Whether you need mechanical work, an alignment, state inspection and emissions testing, new tires, or just an oil change, Bush Brothers is the place for you. Bush Brothers Car Care Center, Monongahela Avenue in Swissvale, or give Martin and Jason a call at 412-351-5342.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Welcome back. 3:56 left here in our third quarter of play. Just about to kick this one off after another touchdown by William Clark. The 2-point conversion good. The pass across the middle to Tariq Scipio. And so it is 30-20. Short kick once again. This one corralled, and a nice little return there. Almost dropped the ball out of bounds was Socrates Boulis. Not very often in 2019 do you meet a high school junior named Socrates.
Yeah, you certainly don't see that too often. Socrates is not a very common name, but hopefully he lives up to it in the classroom. But just Woodland Hills almost able to get the ball there, but Boulis with his hands able to corral it and keep it. And Chartiers Valley set up very well here inside Wolverine territory.
They've converted on their last 2 drives. Woodland Hills answering 4 touchdowns in total after what was a pretty low-scoring first half. Ball carrier there on the first down carry is Zambrano, and he'll get 1 or 2. He'll advance the ball to the 46-yard line. 2nd down and long. Some scores around the Allegheny 8 Conference. Bethel Park carrying a goose egg against Upper St. Clair. They're up 14-0. So we have a flag on the play, a delay of game against the offense. That'll march them back 5 yards. Elsewhere around the conference, West Allegheny fighting for their playoff lives. They hold a 12-7 lead over 7-2 Moon. And then I think the big one that is a little bit of a shocker with how well they've been playing lately, Peters Township, leaving little doubt that they're one of the favorites in 5A, putting a 38-0 hurt on the Baldwin Highlanders. So those are your scores around the Allegheny 8. Here it's Woodland Hills 30, Chartiers Valley 20. 2nd down and 14 for the Colts. They'll pitch this one out wide to Zambrano. Zambrano with a good bit of running room. He'll have the first down as he is taken down inside the 35-yard line. And so another long run there on the pitch, and the Wolverines have just not had an answer for it thus far. Chartiers Valley trying to keep themselves in this one, down 10.
Yeah, the Wolverines just time after time don't have anybody there. No adjustments made, and Josh Rawlings almost getting in there quick enough, but he can't do it all himself there on the edge.
Thomas takes this one up the gut. He'll get 4 or 5 down to the 34-yard line.
4, 2nd down and 6.
And so they mark Zambrano in the previous play out at the 39. So this will be a gain of 4 to the 34. And it is now 2nd down and 6. Neither of these teams making it to the playoffs this year, but still fighting, still clawing for a conference victory here. Trying to set themselves up with momentum for next season. So far, the Wolverines have put themselves in a good position. The Colts in this running game have hung around, as it looks like they'll move the chains once again.
And I think the Wolverines certainly missing DeJuan Howes there in the middle of that defensive line. Doing a good job are the men up front, Damon Taylor and Keyshawn Frazier and Josh Rawlings, but Howes is one of the best that they have, and certainly missing his presence tonight.
Quarterback keeper and a nice tackle there. Looked like Antoine Meredith able to lay the boom there, and so a short gain by the quarterback. The ball will be spotted at around the 24-yard line. Gain of 2 on first down. Checking in now for the Colts is Martise Davis. Another score from 5A. North Hills, Penn Hills, both tied. couple top teams, and now we see something that has been an issue. It was an issue early in the season. Wolverines have been better about it for the past 4 or 5 weeks, but they jumped their offsides on the hard count.
Yeah, tough break after you do so well on first down and limit them to only about 2 yards. You jump off, and then you give them 5 yards there and make a second very short. So it's just a tough break there for Woodland Hills.
Now a fumble. They roll out to the right. Who falls on it? Looks like the Colts got it back. My goodness. Beatty had to trap that one back. It popped out a few times. And nearly a costly turnover there for the Colts. Even still, it's going to make life a lot harder for them here on third down, as the ball will be pushed back to the original 10-yard mark. So they'll have it at about the 26-yard line. Third down and now 10 to go. See what the play call is here. Do they go to the air? Or do they keep it on the ground with one of those sidecar pitches? They've got a running back to each side of the quarterback. They'll fake the handoff. Beatty's going to keep it. He's got a good bit of running room, but he drops the ball again, and it looks like the Wolverines have it this time. William Clark is able to come up with the ball. You can only tempt fate so many times, and the Colts did it one too many. So the Wolverines will take back over around their own 20-yard line. Take another look. Was that jarred loose, or did Beatty just lose the grip?
Looked like somebody from behind, maybe Jeffrey Williams, popped that ball out. It was Jeffrey Williams. A great play there after Chartiers Valley makes their first mistake on that option. Woodland Hills can't jump on it. And then Jeffrey Williams making a great play, popping that ball free, and the good old trusty William Clark there to jump on the ball and get the ball back into the Wolverines' hands. Exactly the stop and turnover they needed there.
So the Wolverines catch a big break there. They'll take over here on first down. They'll give it to Clark. He makes a few miss. He's wrapped up high, and he'll get the ball out towards the 25-yard line. Looks like a gain of about 6 on first down.
That should be the final play of the third quarter, and nice run by William Clark as we head to quarter number 4 with a 10-point lead. It's going to be an interesting finish here, Vince.
That indeed it will be. Just one more quarter of action here on the season in the Woodland Hills Football Network, and the Wolverines on the right side of the scoreboard, but they'll be driving down the left side of the field as it is 30-20. The Wolverines lead after 3. You're tuned in to Woodland Hills and Chartiers Valley on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Fox's Pizza Den in Turtle Creek is the official pizza of the Wolverina and has been a family tradition since 1971. Fox's Pizza also features tasty appetizers, fresh salads, as well as mouth-watering hoagies and sandwiches. Fox's Pizza in Turtle Creek is conveniently located in Penn Plaza, so stop in to pick up lunch or dinner or call to place your delivery order now at 412-823-9960. From our den to your den, it's Fox's Pizza Den in Turtle Creek.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Welcome back. We're here with our fourth quarter of action. Just 12 minutes left in the season, and Eric, though the record doesn't indicate it's been a great season, we've sure seen some really great football this year out of the Wolverines. The record might not show it, but some of these individual performances have really been spectacular.
Yeah, they've really fought all year long. So many close games that could have gone either way. It's a shame you won't see them in the playoffs, but they're playing their hearts out tonight on their last game of the year for some Wolverines for the seniors.
Bailey with a big reception on first down. It's good for nearly 20 yards, but a flag out on the play. Looks like it might drag this one back. It will be a holding call against the Wolverines. Some scores around 5A as they roll in. Armstrong is up 14-0 on Kiski area. So you take a look at the replay. Looks like Josh Rawlings, the guilty party. Bethel Park, as we said, up 14-0 on Upper St. Clair. Gateway also up 14-0 over McKeesport. Highlands leads Greater Latrobe 6-0. Mars up 7-0 on Hampton. West Allegheny leads Moon 12-7 in another Allegheny 8 game. As we mentioned, North Hills and Penn Hills tied at 7. Penn Trafford up 14-0 on Franklin Regional. Plum 20, Hempfield 26. Fox Chapel leads Shaler after a nice long gain there. Good effective run up the middle again by Woodland Hills. You see running back comes up a bit gimp though.
Yeah, nice run there by William Clark. I couldn't tell if he was maybe injured a little bit or just trying to fix something on his shoe there. Either way, he's back in the huddle on a first down for Woody High.
Has just one more quarter wearing the white, black, and turquoise of Woodland Hills. He's going to try to make the most of it. A nice run there and a good push from behind. And the Wolverines look like they've got a first down off a Deonte Williams run. They do. The officials usher forward the chain gang. And take another look. Williams gets a nice push from behind there towards the end of the run. And it was a Chartiers Valley defensive lineman at that, so a little friendly fire gives the Wolverines the first down.
Yeah, saying Deonte Williams is saying thanks for that yardage right there as he's able to get a big, hard first down run, a Wolverine that we will hopefully see for the next couple years to come.
Taylon Brooks able to hesitate, gets away from a couple tacklers, and he'll have another first down as he's into enemy territory, gets to the Colts 45-yard line.
This is a great time. If Woodland Hills had a no huddle, this is when I would use it because Chartiers Valley, hands on the hips, they're getting tired out there. You can see it. And hopefully, even without that no huddle, the Wolverines are able to just keep getting this ball down the field and into the end zone on this Colts defense.
Well, the one positive of taking your time is that clock continues to run. They'll hand this one off to left to Clark. Look at that breakaway speed. He's able to get to the outside, has one man to beat as he's inside the 20, cuts inside, and he is gone. His fourth touchdown of the night. He gets hit around the goal line, but it doesn't much matter. He's okay. Wolverines are okay, and they put 6 more on the board. William Clark able to go 45 yards. And he is having himself one heck of a final game in his Woodland Hills uniform.
Yeah, that was an amazing run by William Clark. You could see how much speed he had. Multiple Colts had the angle on him there. He slips around them and then able to get into the end zone. And a little bit of frustration there from Jordan Demas as he goes after Clark crossing the goal line. It's going to be a flag here before the extra point. Wolverines are clapping their hands. I'm not sure if the Colts are just a little frustrated. Maybe they said something. We'll see as the referees sort it out. But as you mentioned, Vince, just a great run by William Clark. All year long he's been doing it for Woodland Hills. And it's a shame we will not see these boys in the playoffs as they have done a great job all year long. And like I said last week, probably just as good, if not better, than 6 or 7 teams that are going to be in the playoffs, including Kiski, who might finish 3rd in their conference. And they took it to Kiski on their home field. But just a great heart and passion showed all year long by these Wolverines. And hopefully the ones that come back next year, bring it back just the same.
They really do play in a gauntlet of a conference. As we see, offsetting penalties on both sides will lead to a retry before we even got to the first try of this 2-point conversion. So a whole lot of conversations, a whole lot of squabbling for really a whole lot of nothing. And so we will line it up here with the Wolverines, who have, for the last few weeks, foregone the kicking game and trotted out the 2-point conversion. They've done a great job converting. They have quite a few tonight. They're looking to make this an 18-point lead, currently up 36-20. 2 receivers, they'll keep a big line in there, see if they hand it off here. They go with the quick handoff, and the Colts read that one perfectly. So no 2-point conversion there, but 4 touchdowns by William Clark. This one is longest of the night, goes for 45 yards, and it's 36-20 with 10 minutes left. We'll be right back on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
LG3 Entertainment is a first-class disc jockey and karaoke entertainment company that serves the Pittsburgh and surrounding areas. They offer a wide range of music entertainment for weddings, anniversaries, school dances, corporate events, and more. They also offer beautiful chair cover linen rentals to give your event the elegance it deserves. They offer many more services, so go to their website today and see why so many choose LG3 Entertainment for the best in family fun entertainment.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
10 minutes and change left here on the season for the Woodland Hills Wolverines, and they're looking to usher it out with a big victory. They lead 36-20 off of the back of William Clark, who has 4 touchdowns in this game. Kickoff goes to around the 30-yard line. It'll be taken by number 22 for the Colts, who's able to move it up towards the 40-yard line. Martise Davis getting the call there. And so, once again, the Colts will start with very good field position. They'll have it right at the 40-yard line, smack dab in the center of the field, going right to left in front of us. And we've seen a good bit of fireworks here. 56 total points here in this contest between two Allegheny 8 conference opponents that sit at 2-7, 0-6 on the season in conference play, both looking for that first victory in conference play. And right now, looks like everything's going the Wolverines' way. First down carry by the quarterback, Beatty, and he is taken down in the backfield, going nowhere fast. And life comes at you fast if you're the Colts. They had a couple quick touchdowns in the third quarter, which made it 22-20. They were a 2-point conversion away from tying the game. It seemed like they had all the momentum, but a big turnover after Beatty was driving down the field, lost the ball. It was poked loose by Jeffrey Williams, and all of a sudden, Wolverines have pounced, and they're up by 2 scores.
A nice job of the initial penetration there by Jeremy Thomas, getting the first hand on him. Finished up there by Mike Jones.
Quick pass across the middle, put a good bit of zip on it there. They were looking for the tight end, but it was a little bit behind Banis. And so the senior had some space, but ball off target.
Yeah, you know, that 2-point conversion stop by Chartiers Valley was pretty big. It stopped it from becoming a 3-possession game. So, you know, if Chartiers Valley is able to get this ball in here in the next couple of minutes and they get the 2-point conversion, it would only be an 8-point game. So the Wolverines defense has to keep that in mind and just get the stop and focus on getting the offense back on the field here with approaching 9 minutes left in the game.
It is 3rd down and 12, however. They'll go to the air. Mackey with the ball. He goes up over the top, and that one in and out of the hands of the receiver. There was a good bit of jockeying for position there. But Cholera unable to come up with a good defensive play there. And so the Wolverines will force the punt team to come out. See if we see a fake here. But before that, take another look at this replay.
That was a nice job, but I think it was Frank Keys, the freshman for Woody High there, making a nice play. One of a few freshmen who I think will be involved. Keys and Devon McClinton had a pick a couple weeks ago, and I think we'll see those guys down the road for the Wolverines. But let's see if they do that fake, Vince. At this point, you got nothing to lose here, so we'll see.
Almost surprised that they are lining it up and punting it, but they will. They'll give this one a ride. First punt of the night, and it will travel back inside the 20. A beautiful kick. William Clark will let it roll, and it'll be downed around the 10-yard line, officially spotted at the 12. And so that's where the Wolverines will take over. 9 minutes, 3 seconds left here.
Another score update for you, Vince. Moon just took the lead on West A, 14-12. So I know you mentioned Peters Township putting a whipping on Baldwin. So Peters Township certainly hoping that West A can come back in that one, because if West Allegheny would pull off the win, Peters Township certainly has that game in hand against Baldwin. They would take the conference, but if Moon wins, no matter what Peters Township does, which looks like they're going to win, Moon would win the conference. So it's going to come down to the 4th quarter there in Imperial, Pennsylvania, between the Indians and the Tigers.
Now, a lot of times they'll crown them as co-champions with the same conference record, but Moon does hold the tiebreaker, so they could have that outright. And that always comes into play when it comes to seeding. Tariq Scipio comes up with a big grab. They wanted a push off there, but looked like the defender simply lost his footing. And so Scipio comes up with a huge reception, and Demis, who's having a tough night tonight, gets picked on with a deep throw. And so they flip the field quickly after a great punt by the Colts. Good job by the Wolverines to go over the top of the defense, and now they have a first down and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Yeah, I love the call, getting the ball out to Scipio there in single coverage. He's got a height advantage, and he's just got so much athletic ability. Was able to make the play there. William Clark breaking one, and it looks like he's going to go for 6, Vince.
Touchdown number 5 as he stumbles his way in. My goodness, one of the best individual performances we've seen this season. And William Clark just cannot be stopped. And he is carrying this team as well as many players are playing tonight. He single-handedly is making up the difference between these two teams. Look at that breakaway speed.
William Clark just nearly impossible to catch in a moment like that. And so just a great run there. It looked like Demas put his leg out there and tripped Clark at the end. And, you know, if you watch that replay closely, it's not something you want to see. If that's what he did, very unsportsmanlike. But, hey, regardless, William Clark tearing it up tonight for the Wolverines. The offensive line doing a great job, led by senior Jeremy Thomas and Thomas Sheard, Keyshawn Frazier, Savon Givner, DeMond Taylor, everybody doing a great job helping out William Clark tonight.
2-point conversion attempt swallowed up. They've had a little bit of tough luck in the second half there as Clark is stopped well short. But nonetheless, another 6 points on the board as we take one more look at the 52-yard touchdown run by William Clark, who just seems to better himself on every single carry.
Yeah, William Clark, just one of the many very, very good running backs over the years for the Wolverines. Yeah, look at that. Demas definitely puts his leg out there at the end and trips Clark. It's unfortunate. You take a second look at it. He clearly does it, and it's unfortunate the refs missed that because, you know, that's just a dirty little play there. No need to do that. You can get a guy injured like that when he's running as fast as William Clark can run. But, hey, you got to look at the positive side for sure and see how great William Clark and the Wolverines have been after that rough start in the second half. They got it together and putting up a 42-20 score right now and looking to run away with this one here.
Certainly very little doubt at this point. We'll see what the Colts can muster up. And it seems like just a few minutes ago, this was a 2-point game, 3 touchdowns in less than 10 minutes for the Wolverines. They'll give this one the boot to around the 25-yard line, where it is taken once again by the upman Davis. And Davis able to get up to around the 35-yard line where his progress is halted. And that is where the Colts will take over.
Yeah, looked like Frank Keys there on the tackle again for Woodland Hills. And as we mentioned, a freshman for Woody High, and a lot of promise there as he had some carries earlier on in the year, late in the game, and he showed his ability there. He made a great defensive play before, and then here on special teams, it was Frank Keys wrapping up, making a great tackle there. And sure, we will hear his name down the road for Woodland Hills.
Take a look at the scoreboard there. Things well in hand for the Wolverines here in the final contest of the season, looking for their 3rd victory. Fake pitch here. Beatty will take it forward. He gets up to around the 40-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5 on first down. See if they continue to go with the no huddle. They've had some success in the second half. They're going to need to keep things rolling here. Things already looking pretty grim. They'll rush back to the line. 4 receivers set. 1 running back to the side. They'll hand it off here. And a short gain there, only 1 or 2 yards. They'll mark it as officially a gain of 1. So the ball moves to the 41. The clock continues to roll, and it will be 3rd down and 4 after the 1-yard gain by Zambrano.
Yeah, nice job clogging up that hole there up front by the Wolverines. Mike Jones, Thomas Sheard in there, Keyshawn Frazier. Another Wolverine who's done so much over the years, Keyshawn Frazier, stepping in, playing any position that Coach Tim Boston and his staff has asked him to play. Center, defensive end, defensive tackle, guard, he's done it all.
3rd down passing play. They'll go quickly over the middle. A nice completion there with a bit of running room, making a few miss and tripping himself up around the 45-yard line of the Wolverines is Cholera. And so the 6-foot junior comes up with a clutch reception on 3rd down to move the chains. Quick no huddle here. Ball at the 46-yard line, 1st and 10. They'll hand this one off again with a lot of running room. Moving forward is the tailback Zambrano. Zambrano still dragging Woodland Hills defenders inside the 35-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 34. And once again, that will move the chains.
Yeah, tough running there as he's able to move the pile there and get a big 1st down for Chartiers Valley, keeping this no huddle going. They're set before the chains are even ready to go.
Trying to keep this game moving, trying to get back in it. And it'll be Beatty who keeps it himself. He's inside the 30, inside the 20, but a good job. A shoestring tackle by Scipio does not allow the quarterback to get out of bounds, and so the clock will continue to run once they get the sticks set up. It is a 1st down run as the ball is moved down to the 20-yard line. Take another look at that 1st down run on the quarterback keeper.
Yeah, Beatty's done a great job against Wolverines defense, tucking the ball and running. He's had a lot of space to run. Hasn't faced too much pressure, as Wolverines have opted not to blitz much. Here they bring somebody up the center, and he gets the ball out quick to Banis. Nice job there on the quick release.
Quick slant right through the seam of the defense. Banis able to haul that one in, but again, the clock will continue to run. No first down. Now the Wolverines at the hustle. William Clark was almost offsides there. Luckily, the Colts needed a second to get things in motion. Now they'll hand it off to Zambrano. Zambrano is able to get down inside the 10-yard line. That looks like it will be another first down there. So we'll see if they're able to punch this one in. 5 minutes, 55 seconds left. Wolverines trying to make a quick substitution on offense. Finally, the Colts decide to huddle up and talk things over. As the clock continues to roll, down under 6 minutes left here. They're going to need to score, get an onside kick, score, and then get it back again. Down 22 points here. It all starts here. They need a score. They roll out to the left. Beatty passes it across. A little bit of contact there, but the ball is dropped. It was too far out in front. So Banis, the intended receiver, does not get two hands on it, and it hits the ground.
Great coverage there by Taiwan Milton on Banis. Able to keep that ball from getting completed there. Let's see if the Wolverines can keep the Colts out of the end zone. Just under 5.5 minutes here.
Second down in a goal-to-go situation. Ball at the 7-yard line on the right hash. Clock is stopped off the incompletion. And so out of the shotgun again. The Colts go to work. They will hand this one off at Zambrano again. Good job by the Wolverines defense to stay at home. They were ready for that one, and it's a gain of just 3 yards. So quick substitution. Clock continues to roll. The Colts will forego the huddle. And we'll get a 3rd down and 4 here. By the time they snap it, it'll be about 5 minutes left in this one. Time is the enemy for the Colts. Snap. They go with the quick out. They tried to get the tight end Banis on a backdoor throw. The timing route just a little bit off, and so it'll now be 4th down with 5 minutes left. Ball at the 4-yard line.
Yeah, nifty little play call there. If Beatty was able to put the ball just a little bit better in for Banis, I think that would have been a completion, but looked like Banis just maybe turned around a little too late. If we take a look at the replay here, yeah, the ball just a little out of reach and unable to connect there for the Colts.
So 4th down. In a must-score situation, the Colts have the ball at the 4-yard line. They roll out. They'll throw this one to the corner. It's caught, but he's not going to be able to get into the end zone as the receiver, Davis, caught the ball, took a step backwards before going forwards. The throw was just a little bit off, threw off the timing of the runner, and Davis kept out of the end zone, and that just might do it, barring a turnover or an extraordinarily quick 3-and-out. Just not enough time left. We'll see what happens here. Crazier things have happened, but the Wolverines take over in the shadow of their own end zone, trying to salt this one away, up by 22.
Yeah, great stop by the Wolverines defense there. The ball bobbled a little bit. He was unable to keep his momentum going into the end zone, and that's what gave Jeffrey Williams a chance to take him down, keep him out. And Wolverines offense takes over. 4:53 left in this ball game.
Wolverines up 3 scores. They had the ball on the last drive at the 12. They decided to take the lid off the defense with a long throw. They'll keep it on the ground here. And so the ball carrier Grant will take it up closer to the 5-yard line. Dante Gant, another senior, getting a few carries. So we see Scipio checking back into the game. He is a junior. The deep threat will come back next year. Has over 400 yards receiving on the season. Another carry by Gant. He gets wrapped up after a short gain. He'll get up over the 5. Looks like they'll mark him with forward progress at the 6.
And another update. Looks like Penn Hills up 21-7 late on North Hills. Looks like they're going to win the Northern Conference. Upper St. Clair closing that gap against Bethel Park in the 4th quarter. It's 14-7 there. Bethel Park on top by 7. That one getting close. And Shaler up on Fox Chapel also, it looks like more and more West Allegheny is not going to make the playoffs. Last time Woodland Hills and West Allegheny didn't make the playoffs. Who knows if that's ever even happened.
Certainly two programs with a lot of pedigree. They'll hand it off to Gant again here on 3rd down. And so the Wolverines with some conservative play calling. See a little bit of pushing and shoving here. Tensions flare. And that clock will continue to run. Just 3 minutes, 20 seconds left. They'll bring the punt team out. See if Deonte Williams can get this one off cleanly. As he stands about halfway back in his own end zone. The return man looks like Nelson once again. He stands at about the 40-yard line. Clean kick by Williams. It'll take a bounce that's favorable, but Nelson able to catch it on the first bounce and runs all the way down to the 21-yard line. And so with 2:47 left, they'll have great field position. We'll step aside one more time before we wrap this one up. We'll be back with a 42-20 Woodland Hills lead on the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Whether you need a new website or want to improve your existing site, Web Landings can serve your needs. Web Landing.
So back quickly, no huddle by the Colts. Quarterback keeper only nets about a yard. See if the Colts can't strike quickly here to try and make something of this. Down 22 with just over 2.5 minutes left in this one. Wolverines look like they'll pick up their first and only conference victory this season. In all likelihood about to end the campaign at 3-7 on the season. But the bright spot in that, 3 out of their last 4 games wins, including a huge upset over 6A Seneca Valley.
Yeah, you know, that's what it's out of your control. It's a tough break for Woodland Hills. You know, you got to play those. A lot of teams get to play those non-conference games earlier in the season. Week 0 is always a non-conference game if you opt to play it. But a lot of teams get a little more time to get their footing, and Woodland Hills had to go in so tough right off the bat against Bethel Park and Peters Township. Sometimes it's just the way the scheduling works out, but ending on a high note with 3 wins out of the last 4 games.
A good bit of talent coming back. They'll go to the end zone here, and that one broken up. Intended receiver on the play was Griffin Beatty. They went with the second-string quarterback, Anthony Mackey. As we said, Beatty has 5 receptions for about 140 yards on the season. So it'll be 4th down and 7 on the 17-yard line. One of the last gasps from this Colts team. As we're down to just 1 minute and 40 seconds left. It feels like the season was just starting. It was August. It was 80 degrees just a second ago, and now late October, getting towards November. And this one up over the top, nearly intercepted by the Wolverines, but it'll be a turnover on downs. And, you know, this seems like as good a time as any, Eric, to take a second to just sort of give a shout out to everyone that helps make all of this possible. Obviously, we have so many incredible partners and sponsors that help us bring this to the audience every single week. But beyond that, you know, we have such a great crew around us that helps make all this happen. And, you know, I'm looking through all my notes to make sure I get all the titles right and give everyone credit and don't miss anyone, which is, you know, sort of ironic because it's not a huge crew. You would think that it's a larger crew with the quality of the broadcast, but a few hands that really make a lot of things go. I mean, it all starts with Adam Gusky, Larry George, Lee Schaefer Jr., Lee Schaefer III, Joe Slick, and, of course, you, Eric. This is, you know, my first season being back. I did 1 game a few years ago, but it's been a really fun journey thanks to everyone that has been on this crew and done such a fine job. And I think it shows in the quality of the product we provide each week. Oh, yeah, we're glad to have you, Vince. And it's been a great year for the crew. And football team, you know, had their ups and downs, certainly, but they fought hard all year. And can't thank the guys on the crew enough. They make our lives so easy. I know sometimes I'm looking at these connections. I don't know what's going on. You know, you got Larry jumping in, Lee jumping in, Adam. They all help so much and make our lives so easy to just come out here and call the game and do what we know. But so, yeah, thanks again to the whole crew. They help us so much. I think one of the defining moments of the season. It's cold. We're outside at Kiski. Things aren't, we're kind of in a jet rig setup, and Joe Slick coming through in the clutch with the hand warmers. The hospitality, the attitude of the crew, making things work. Certainly a lot that goes into setting up at all the different press boxes, and it certainly has been a joy for this season. And it's a shame to see it end here as the Wolverines are trying to ice the clock out, but luckily they'll end on a high note here with a victory tonight, up 42-20 with under a minute left to play. And as they look to next season, Eric, what do you see out of some of these players coming back, Scipio, Brooks? Who do you really get excited about on this team next year?
Well, obviously Deonte Williams right off the bat. That's huge that the Woodland Hills is going to have a returning starting quarterback. Year after year, it seems that, it's going to be a senior in there, and that's okay. But when you can have that experience back at the most important position on the field and with as much talent as Deonte Williams back, that's going to be huge for Woodland Hills. But there's talent all over the field. We mentioned Taylor Brooks and Eshawn Carter. You go younger, you got guys like Frank Keys and Devon McClinton, and I think Angelo Reddix has had some a freshman who's had some plays on defense and some snaps on defense. There's a lot of talent on this Wolverines team, and it's going to show in the years to come. Jeremiah Ramsey as well, playing a lot on defense and special teams.
Jeffrey Williams will get the handoff here, trying to make something of it, and he will step out of bounds. A flag comes in late. Not sure if there were some conversations along the sideline, but I'll flip the script on you, Eric. Who's one senior that you're really going to miss watching suit up on Friday nights for the Wolverines?
I think I'm really going to miss Jeremy Thomas. Starting offensive lineman for the Wolverines, left tackle. He's played some right tackle too, but he started the year injured, and he came back, and he played his heart out every game. He's somebody who's quiet and just does his job so well. Jeremy Thomas, and doesn't get a lot of recognition for it because he's on that offensive line, but he led that offensive line so well. Other seniors on that line, Thomas Sheard too, Keyshawn Frazier, as I mentioned, DeJuan Howes, another one, but Jeremy Thomas in particular, he started for several years for Woodland Hills, and he's just done a great job in anchoring that offensive line for Woodland Hills all year long.
Take a look at the Allegheny 8 conference standings coming into tonight. Peters Township and Moon, the class of the Allegheny 8 this season, and what has been a tough conference. That should be the last play of the game here. Both squads will head to their respective sidelines, form a line, and shake hands for one more time this season. And for the Wolverines, it comes on the heels of a dominant performance in all three phases of the game. They will walk away winners tonight, 42-20. William Clark leading the way with 5 rushing touchdowns, gets over 1,000 yards on the season, double-digit touchdowns. He sends Woodland Hills off this season with a win and ends his career on quite a high note. We will take a step aside here. We'll come back in just a moment or two. We'll have some post-game coverage. We'll have our Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home play of the game. We'll have our State Senator Jay Costa player of the game. And then, as sad as I am to say it, we'll bid adieu to what has been one heck of a season here for the Wolverines. But before we do that, we'll send it to one more break. You're watching the Wolverines and the Colts on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com. The Triangle Bar and Grill in Swissvale has recently been named among the 33 best sandwich shops in America. But folks in the Woodland Hills communities have known that for over 80 years. The Triangle, located on Monongahela Avenue, is the home of the Battleship, the sandwich that made Swissvale famous. Plus, the Triangle has a full menu of specialty sandwiches you're sure to love. Call the Triangle at 412-271-9885 to place your order now. Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home has been serving families in the Woodland Hills community since 1905 and is a member of the Hall of Excellence of the National Funeral Directors Association. Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home now offers crematory services at their Turtle Creek location. Families choosing cremation can have added peace of mind, knowing that their loved one never leaves the care of Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home. For nearly 115 years, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home has been honored to serve local families and to be a proud partner of the Woodland Hills communities. Woodland Hills football is brought to you in part by the law offices of Owen Seaman. Owen is a Woodland Hills alumnus who studied law at Duquesne University and has been practicing law in the Pittsburgh area for over 15 years. Attorney Owen Seaman's experience encompasses virtually every facet of criminal defense. If you find yourself in need of criminal defense representation, call Owen at 412-721-0412 or visit owenthelawyer.com.
Excella Health wants to know, how can we help you today? Can we help you find a doctor? Schedule a same-day appointment. Choose just the right service for your health concern? As your healthcare partner, Excella offers hundreds of primary care and specialty doctors, along with outpatient testing, rehab, and nationally recognized heart care, surgery, and orthopedics. To learn more, visit excellahealth.org or call 1-877-771-1234.
Tired of a dirty car? Mr. Magic Car Wash will have your vehicle looking new again in just minutes, even those tough-to-clean wheels. Try us out at any one of our 5 convenient South Hills locations for a car wash you won't soon forget.
Mr. Magic Car Wash. Clean, shiny, and dry every time.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Welcome back to the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Our final post-game wrap-up of the season sees the Woodland Hills take down Chartiers Valley 42-20, a decisive victory, an explosive second half led by 5 touchdowns by William Clark. Every run had a little something different out of his skill set. Really an incredible night for the senior.
Certainly did, and he's carried the torch of many, many great Woodland Hills running backs, and it's sad to see William Clark leave, but he did a great job tonight all season long, all season last year, and, you know, again, great job. A shout-out to the offensive line, opening so many holes for him, helping make his life easy, but when it got tough for him, when the holes weren't there, he was always able to power through and use his speed and agility in addition to his strength to pull off some great runs, especially tonight.
So as we said, the final 42-20, but a little bit of how we ended up getting there. All started off with a 2-yard touchdown run by Andre Thomas in the first quarter. The PAT was up and good, made it 7-0 for Chartiers Valley. William Clark responding with a 2-yard touchdown, a 2-point conversion, fade to the back of the end zone. Josh Rawlings comes up with the reception, makes it 8-7. Later on, right before the half, a 7-yard run by Clark, his second of 5 on the night that got to the end zone, and he ends up with the 2-point conversion run as well. Took us to the half with a 16-7 score. Woodland Hills had the lead. They came out with a quick punch to the mouth. Talon Brooks with a 27-yard run. The PAT was no good, made it 22-7. Then a quick response, 2 quick touchdowns by Chartiers Valley made it look like we were going to have ourselves a barn burner on our hands. A 13-yard run by the quarterback, Griffin Beatty. A PAT up and good, made it an 8-point game, 22-14. And then a quick response after an onside kick hit a Woodland Hills player and bounced back quickly over to Chartiers Valley. And so that led to another touchdown for the Colts. It was a 5-yard run by Andre Thomas. PAT no good, so the Wolverines held the lead, which they would do for the rest of the night, not allowing the Colts to score again. And William Clark added 3 more scores from 2, 45, and 52 yards. The only 2-point conversion that went through was the first one where Scipio was able to make a grab in traffic. So 30, then 36, then 42. Your final score 42-20. And that's how we end things here. So we'll step aside one last time. When we come back, though, we have the Patrick T. Lanigan play of the game and the State Senator Jay Costa player of the game. We'll have both of those right on the other side. But final score tonight, Woodland Hills 42, Chartiers Valley 20. So Wolverines over the Colts. We'll bring it back one last time here on the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network, all presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Life has its ups and downs. There are times when you or a loved one needs help. That's why you should know the name LGAR, Health and Rehabilitation Center. Located just minutes from the Monroeville Mall, the LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center has been known by locals for many years, and they excel in reputation, rehabilitation, recuperation, and residential living. The help and answers you need are just a phone call away at 412-825-9000. Also on the web at lgar.org. LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, a name you should know and a name you can trust.
Bush Brothers Car Care Center in Swissvale has been a Monongahela Avenue institution for 4 decades. Bush Brothers is a full-service mechanic and tire shop for all types of vehicles. Whether you need mechanical work, an alignment, state inspection and emissions testing, new tires, or just an oil change, Bush Brothers is the place for you. Bush Brothers Car Care Center, Monongahela Avenue in Swissvale, or give Martin and Jason a call at 412-351-5342.
LG3 Entertainment is a first-class disc jockey and karaoke entertainment company that serves the Pittsburgh and surrounding areas. They offer a wide range of music entertainment for weddings, anniversaries, school dances, corporate events, and more. They also offer beautiful chair cover linen rentals to give your event the elegance it deserves. They offer many more services, so go to their website today and see why so many choose LG3 Entertainment for the best in family fun entertainment.
Fox's Pizza Den in Turtle Creek is the official pizza of the Wolverina and has been a family tradition since 1971. Fox's Pizza also features tasty appetizers, fresh salads, as well as mouth-watering hoagies and sandwiches. Fox's Pizza in Turtle Creek is conveniently located in Penn Plaza, so stop in to pick up lunch or dinner or call to place your delivery order now at 412-823-9960. From our den to your den, it's Fox's Pizza Den in Turtle Creek.
Whether you need a new website or want to improve your existing site, Web Landings can serve your needs. Web Landings provides professional, easy-to-maintain websites for businesses, organizations, and individuals. Discover more at weblandings.com and find out how editing your site can be as easy as using a word processor. Plus, we offer 1 year of free hosting for any website developed. Visit weblandings.com today.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Welcome back. We are here one final time. The scoreboard's gone out. The lights, I'm sure, will too, but it's hard to accept that the season has come and gone. Wolverines finished a campaign 3-7 overall. They finally pick up a conference victory here, 42-20, the final tonight. William Clark led the way with 5 rushing touchdowns. And now it is time to talk about our play and player of the game. We will start with our Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home's play of the game. And we did some jostling. We talked a little bit about some different plays, but we ultimately decided that second half run by Taylon Brooks, the 27-yard touchdown to catapult Woodland Hills in the second half. We've seen so many times they've struggled to come out with energy in the second half, and they get kind of caught on their heels. But Brooks able to land that first sucker punch to the mouth, and Wolverines really didn't look back after that. Yeah,
it was a great run by Taylon Brooks all around. He had great blocking, and he showed his speed so well there. And you're right, it really got the Wolverines out on the right gate. Even like after that happened, Chartiers Valley scoring twice, puts a scare into Woodland Hills a little bit. But that run was huge because it proved big later after those scores by Chartiers Valley, and then the Wolverines offense just came full force after that. But that run was huge, a great way to start the second half.
And then as we look at our State Senator Jay Costa player of the game, we joked about it last week that we call his number too many times, but and I'm sure we've talked about the offensive line paves the way, and you've made some good points on that, but it's got to be William Clark.
Yeah, you can't go any other way than William Clark here when a guy scores that many touchdowns and has that much yardage and showcases so much speed and talent that he has. You can't go any other way. Just a great job by William Clark. But again, yeah, like you said, Vince, you got to mention that offensive line has done a great job all year long, and they've kept the balance so well because they've had so many guys in and out, injuries, and guys inactive, and they've been able to open up a lot of holes all season long. And some guys are coming back there for Woodland Hills on the line. You'll see Damon Taylor and Savon Givner back, and Jameer Ulmer, who spent a lot of the year injured, he'll be back at center for the Wolverines. So things looking up for that offensive line. It's going to be tough to fill the shoes of William Clark, though.
ends his Woodland Hills career with 20 carries, 179 yards, and 5 touchdowns on the ground, including the last 2 from 45 and 52 yards, respectively. So, Eric, as we bid adieu one final time for this season, any closing thoughts as the Wolverines close the door on this regular season and open the door on the offseason?
Well, a quick thank you to the crew again, as you mentioned before. Couldn't do it without everybody, so helpful. But as you look forward to next season, like I said, it's huge that you got Deonte Williams back. I think this offseason is going to be big from him, knowing that he won that quarterback job and he's got 2 years left to go under his belt. And he's got that connection between Williams and Scipio is going to be big. We saw it come through a couple times this year, and I'm sure it will continue and only get better. And I think that's going to open up the offense a lot more when you have a quarterback with so much ability who can throw the ball and do it on the ground like a Kyler Murray type quarterback. I think it's going to be really, really fun to watch this Wolverines offense in the next couple years.
Well, for our entire crew, we will bid adieu one final time. It's been a whole heck of a lot of fun. What do you say, Eric? Do it again next year?
I'll be back if they help me.
Absolutely. I share the sentiment. I thank everyone involved that's made this possible. The Trib Live High School Sports Network, the Woodland Hills Football Network. For Eric Scholey, one final time, I'm Vince Russo. Thank you all so much for tuning in this season. We'll see you next year on the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Today's broadcast of Wolverine football was presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Wolverine football is also brought to you by the Triangle Barn Grill, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, the law offices of Owen Seaman, LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, Fox's Pizza Den in Turtle Creek, Bush Brothers Car Care, LG3 Entertainment, Web Landings, and A-Boss Opticians. This broadcast has been a presentation of A.W. Gusky Productions and LG3 Entertainment. Copyright 2019.